That's right.
And we're live.
And welcome everyone to this week's episode of A Tale of Terror, our Deadlands classic and Deadlands Hell on Earth classic saga. Where we left the intrepid posse last session, they were on one of the islands of Dempsey's being the Hell on Earth equivalent of a certain very famous amusement park with actual parks in France and Japan and the east and west coast of the USA, sometimes referred to as the House of Mouse, if you know what we're talking about. So Dempsey's was built on a series of man-made islands off the coast of Texas in the Gulf. You guys are on one of those islands, Magic Island it's called, and have been trying to rescue some hostages that were taken prisoner by a band of ruffians, gangsters, whatever you want to call them. After fighting off a strange marionette and cables at the amphitheatre, you have wandered over towards the Enchanted Forest, I think it's called from memory. The Enchanted Wood.
Right. Yeah.
Enchanted Wood. And the Enchanted Wood is a little bit of the paths aren't straight. They wander throughout the Enchanted Wood. Eventually, you came across a small clearing with a picnic basket in the small clearing, and as you were about to investigate the picnic basket, a gust of slightly stronger wind, because there is a breeze, blew a tattered red piece of cloth along the ground, which you retrieved and discovered was a torn and shredded cloak with a hood, child-sized. In fact, someone asked if Max could wear it. I said no, it's a bit big for Max. It's closer to Taylor's, but it's a bit big for Taylor. It's a bit small for Taylor too. Anywho, and then everyone went, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, more or less. What do you guys want to do, guys? I'll remind you that there's rustling of leaves and branches. The trees themselves seem to stretch long clawed branches towards you as you walk amongst them. Every now and then you hear branches crack under some unseen creature's feet. Occasional heavy running echoing from the shadowy wood, faint breathing, and even the occasional husky growl wafts through the trees. This is spooky, if you haven't picked up already.
Are we still at the
Picnic
basket?
Yeah, the clearing. Yeah, it's only a small clearing. It would be more
We're
than.
like basically dead center, right, from of the woods.
Yeah, it's
No
an
pun
assumption.
intended with the dead.
Missed it completely. Yeah, you're probably towards the middle of the enchanted wood, somewhere around the center there, maybe.
You had a drawing of that at one point. I
Yeah,
can't
there's.
find that.
I did.
Did
I emailed everybody a labeled copy, but it was emailed to us. It wasn't in the.
Okay. I'll check
Yeah,
my
it's,
emails then.
it's in your email system, mate. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
From the
see,
7th
yeah.
of April.
I know Matt didn't get my email, but did y'all get the labeled one?
Yes.
I got it.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it.
I
thought it was in game.
No, I sent it. No, it wasn't in game. I sent it. I don't think it was in game. I
No,
sent.
it probably wasn't. It was probably what you sent.
No, it's definitely not in game. But that's all right. Sorry about that. What do you want to do, people?
I think we want to keep exploring the woods, right?
Do you? Do you?
Did we
really?
search the basket?
No, you
I think
did not.
it's moldy
search the
food, right?
Oh, you might have searched the basket then.
There was moldy
I think-
food in the buildings, but I can't remember.
Maybe you didn't.
I will search the basket.
No, you did. You did actually search the basket because it was open and the contents, bread rolls and cookies, had been spilled on the
spilled
ground.
on the floor.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
And yes, it was slightly stale and mouldy.
Are stale and moldy? Like last day or two, stale or moldy, or 12 years ago, stale and moldy?
12, 13 years ago, stale and mouldy.
Okay.
You want to discover a new and interesting form of mutated penicillin? Take a bite. Dear. Anywho, let me make some dice rolls. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So you spend a next little while wandering around. Eventually, as you round a bend in the pathway, there's a small, another small clearing in the woods, where there's a quaint little hut built out of wooden planks in the clearing. Can I get cognition rolls off everybody, please? And it's noise based, so if anyone's got anything to do with their ears, feel free to add any benefits in. Max?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Front sheet, cognition.
And I'm wondering why I don't have that written up.
I don't know. There we go. Okay. Jesse, Jesse, Taylor, and Six. You all hear a faint whimpering coming from the direction of the hut.
Like a wounded animal?
No, more like human.
Oh. Is the when you say it's a hut, is it like a shed sort of thing, or like big enough that we'd fit in?
Oh no! It's bigger than it. It's bigger than it. It's like a small hut. Yes, you can all fit in. There's probably I don't know how big it. 10 by 10 maybe, 10 by 15,
Oh, okay.
something like that.
It'd be meters or feet.
Feet. Sorry.
Okay. So tight to get us all in, but is it stylized? You mentioned that a lot of this stuff is like
it's stylized. I mean, it's got a fairy tale feel to it, but then again, this is the enchanted wood on a at an amusement park on Magic Island in an amusement park, so you can imagine what it looks like. I'm sure.
It doesn't have big giant chicken legs, does it?
Not that you can see. Although, having said that, there is a chicken motif around the door frame.
Oh.
Jesse draws his sword. And then goes to investigate the hut.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Well,
Jesse's drawn his sword. Hey, you're going to follow Jesse. You're going to follow Jesse and draw your sword. Is that right?
Well, pistol, but yeah.
Did I get a real quick clarification on
Sure.
last week? Why pen and sword, not shotgun?
Because the thing you would have been shooting was getting fought by 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
So then
going to say.
I'll have my shotgun out then.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I think from memory it was firing into melee, and a shotgun firing into melee doesn't do anyone any good.
No, that makes sense. And I just wanted to make sure there wasn't a reason I would be doing that instead of, like stealth or something.
No, you're in combat at the stage. You're in combat at the time, and they needed some way of fighting back effectively.
Yep, that works, and that's probably what I would have done.
That's pretty much what we thought. Okay, so
unless I was to throw a grenade in there.
Why don't you buy yourself a rocket propelled grenade launcher, and then you can kill 2 birds with one grenade? Okay, so you approach the hut. It's quite a actually it gives off a very Hansel and Gretel vibe, but it's not made of gingerbread. It gives off that German vibe, German architectural vibe. You know what I mean? That Hans Christian Andersen, Grimm's fairy tale style vibe of architecture. That makes sense.
Not a straight wall.
No,
It's all curved and
no. They're
witchy hut looking.
They're all straight. No, it's not so much witchy. It doesn't. No, it's not so much a witchy hut.
Bavarian gingerbread. Yeah.
Yeah, just a Bavarian, but the Bavarian gingerbread without it being made of gingerbread, because it's not made of gingerbread. But yeah. Anyway, no. So it does. No, it does not feel. It does not give a witch's hut vibe to you. At least not yet. So I take it everybody's following Jesse and Six.
Doc has got his railgun out and he's covering our asses. Just a little bit worried about the woods behind us.
The woods are all around you, but I know what you mean. Tailgun Charlie. All right, yeah. No worries. Okay, so the whimpering is definitely faint, muffled even, and it's definitely coming from inside the hut.
Guess I'll try the door. Sorry.
You shoot the door. No, sorry, what was saying?
See if
You-
the door's locked.
You've got to move. You've got to move that push to talk button, dude. No. No, the door's not, there's no lock on the door. It's latch. It's a thumb latch on it. You know.
And then Jesse will open the door.
Okay. Inside is not much at all. Any furniture that was in the hut that isn't fixed to the walls, like the fireplace, for example, is gone. In the middle of the room, there is a male human. He's lying on the floor, bound in rope, and he has a gag. He is conscious, and that's pretty obvious where the whimpering is coming from, because as you open the door, there's an intense look of fear in his eyes, and when he sees it's you and not something else, you can see the fear not disappear but diminish.
Does he look like someone who might have been described to us as having
Yeah,
missing?
you could make that comparison. Yes.
Then I will walk to him and begin to. I remove his gag and then begin to unbind him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, he says. My name is Fred Morton. I was captured by, along with 5 of our people from our village. I'm assuming you're here to rescue me, he says, hopefully.
That's the plan. We already got 3 of your people out, and now we're looking for the rest of you.
Oh, excellent. I'm assuming it was the 3 who didn't get away.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I tried to hide in these woods after I got loose, but these circus midgety looking things got a hold of me and tied me up. I tell you what, I'm right happy to see you folks. Something big's been snuffling around the outside of this hut ever since nightfall.
Do you have any idea where the other 2 guys are?
I know Tom headed off towards the midway and the octopus's garden area. Diane, I think, headed straight across the island. I've no idea where they've ended up. I haven't seen any signs of any of the bandits since I got away. Tell you, I did hear some gunfire and screams just about sundown. Yeah. Who are you?
Oh, my name's Jesse.
Pleasure to meet you, Jesse, he says, sticking out his hand once his hand's free.
Shake his hand.
They're calloused like a farmer's hands would be. Again, that's not surprising considering the 13 years after the apocalypse. He's probably a farmer. Does not look much good in a fight, unfortunately. Too much of a civvy.
Standard NPC behavior.
Standard metagaming penalties.
We all started there.
So to confirm, he was tied up in this hut?
Yes.
So
and gagged.
He escaped, but then something caught him and brought him here?
Yeah, as he said a bunch of
the clowns, the ones that have been popping up and watching us from afar.
Maybe not, because he said circus midget looking things. You haven't seen any midget. Well, you haven't seen much at all, really, but you don't think you've ever seen any midget looking clowns.
All right, okay. There's something else circusy.
Something else circusy. Just give me a second. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Right. Okay. So, a few moments after freeing Fred, you hear a loud howl coming from somewhere nearby. Can I get cognition rolls? Pardon me, off everybody, please. Again, ear-based. Pardon me.
If you notice, I'm at die 10 now. That's actually my cognition roll. I found it.
Good. Okay. All right. Max and Jesse and Taylor, the three of you independently reckon that howl came from within a few dozen yards of the back of the hut, and it's coming closer.
Any doors or windows that side?
Nope.
My grandma, what great big teeth you have.
That's what I'm thinking.
What do you want to do, guys?
Jesse draws his knife.
Jesse draws his sword and his knife. All right, what are you doing, Taylor?
I might switch to my sniper rifle.
Okay, you're switching to your sniper rifle.
I will
Doc,
draw a
you
pistol.
You got a pistol out, Max. You
Wait.
still got your shot.
No, no.
Got my
I'm
shotgun.
I'm still thinking, Edwin. No, I do not draw a pistol.
You don't draw a pistol. You prepare a nuke.
Well,
No?
Prepare to combat. Whether it's a nuke, I don't know.
I'm going to grab
And
my
Doc-
shotgun and grab that guy's hand and tell him to stand back behind me and hold his hand so in case we got to run, he won't get too far from me.
All right. You're looking for a boyfriend, are you?
Now
You
he
know-
looks really scared.
Yeah, yeah. You don't. You're not worried about making Doc jealous, are you? Taking someone else's
I
hand.
don't think I will.
What, make Doc jealous or break his hand?
Make Doc jealous. You know, we have to run out of here. I don't want to lose this guy just because
All
something's
right.
going down and he runs one way and we run the other.
All right. So, I'm assuming we're training our collective attention on the doorway. I'm also assuming we're backing up towards the back of the wall somewhat to give yourselves time to get the door open and shoot before something can get at you. Is that right?
Max is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Look. You hear the sound of something large snuffling around the base of the hut, particularly towards the door and the windows at the front of the hut. You never really get a good look at what it is, but whatever it is pretty big. In game terms, for example, it would definitely be roughly size 8. Okay, it's pretty big. It's whatever it is.
Do we recognize the sounds of this creature? You said it was snuffling. Does it sound like something we would know?
Not. I mean, maybe. Maybe not. A determined scratching begins at the door. A bit like you know how a dog or a cat will scratch at the door to be let in. A bit like that.
Yep.
Only
A little bit
bigger.
louder.
A little bit bigger, a little bit louder.
Do we hear little pig, let me in?
Funnily enough, what you do here is whatever it is, gouging several furrows, several inches long, deep in the wood. That you can almost be certain of. And then finally, you hear a growling voice whispering somewhat from the other side of the door, which says, little pigs, let me in, or I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll tear your hearts out." What do you want to do?
Not by the hairs of my chinny chin.
Do you say that, do you?
I'm a librarian. I have to.
Right, okay. So right after Max replies with the traditional fairy tale reply, you hear what you can only imagine is a deep drawing of breath, and then the hut starts to buffet as a large amount of wind buffets the hut. Okay. Now the hut's pretty sturdy, so it's not hurricane force. Okay. So after that first buffeting, again you hear another deep drawing of breath, and then the hut starts to buffet. And the hut starts being buffeted again. Can I get cognition checks, hearing-based cognition checks off everybody, please? Six. Oh, sorry. I wanted to load up. Sorry about that. Can I have you in the private room, please?
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
So the hut's being buffeted by the second wind gust, when all of a sudden the structure collapses. I need everyone to make me a nimbleness or dodge check, whichever you prefer, to avoid being hit by falling timbers and whatnot. And you are free to spend chips as per normal. Dr. Archie, I'm not very nimble.
Exactly.
Oh,
You see the two ones there.
oh yeah, I was looking at the one above it.
Archie fucked it.
Archie,
Ouch.
fuck it, well and truly.
Going off of mine, I probably pushed this guy and myself into the what's left of the chimney.
Well, even the chimney comes down.
But Well, maybe I didn't dodge enough.
Okay,
I might spend a chip on my 5.
Okay. Anyone else before?
I'll do it.
Anyone else want to spend chips? You're more than welcome to. Apart from Doc, unfortunately.
Okay. 14.
14. What type of chip
No,
did
it's
you
way
spend?
more than that, mate. Surely.
Oh, it was
that
a white.
white?
It was a white.
Oh.
Sorry.
It was a white. All right. So, what do you end up with? 6?
14.
14. And Jesse got a 9, and Max got a 14, and Taylor got a 15, and Doc
Got the worst possible score.
Oh,
Doc
God, it's not
takes-
nice.
Doc has one of the beams fall on his left leg and takes a full wound to his left leg. And no, you can't chip that away, I'm afraid.
Does it look like he's stuck?
No, he's not stuck. He's just taken a proper blow as such.
Okay.
Okay, so as you crawl your way, if that's the best way of saying it, as you crawl your way out of the debris, you are confronted with a 9-foot tall, black, coarse-haired, enormous fangs and claws wolf with red eyes. A thick, viscous fluid of some sort is dripping from the jaws. He's drooling badly in that regard. And I need everybody to make me a guts check, please, because this thing is terrifying.
Oh. What would you say that? Oh, the background fear is going to be big, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're in a creepy woods.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend a red.
Okay. Woohoo! I get a chip.
Yeah, I think Jesse's going to spend a red too.
Oh, I get 2 chips. Drop them in, boys, if you haven't already. Oh, excellent. Okay, so if 6 got a 14, and Jesse got a what in the end?
Yeah, we both got 14.
Oh, you both got 14. All right. So, is everybody happy with what they've rolled?
Yep.
Not really.
Yeah, not really, but hey, I don't want to burn a chip yet.
Doc, what'd you get in your guts check?
13.
And Max got a 10. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, at least 3 of you failed. In fact, anyone who didn't roll a 15 or better failed.
Everyone.
That would be all of us.
That will be all of you.
Background fear sucks.
Mate, you're in a Deadland. Welcome to the horrible world of a Deadland. Where are my? Where is my bloody?
Scared table.
Yeah.
3d6, right?
No, depends. That's what I'm looking up right now.
Max will have
Depend-
more dice to to roll.
Yeah.
No, this one's 46. Everybody?
So did anybody make it?
Nobody.
Don't think so.
No, I assumed 14 was fine.
It's a scary, scary place. I keep telling you guys that.
Oh lordy.
It does explode, but it doesn't. Low is better.
Oh, phew. I got 10.
Okay. Well, from lowest to highest, Taylor, you go as wide as a sheet. You don't get an action this turn. You don't get a turn this turn.
Okay.
And you lose D6 wind.
All right.
And everything, and you're at a -2 penalty until further notice on everything.
Okay.
Okay. That's the least. That's the least successful one. Right. 6 and Max, you both take 3d6 wind as you potentially faint.
Phew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do either of you have faith?
Don't think so.
You believe in nothing.
Isn't faith part of the librarian thing?
Quite possibly.
I'm looking right now.
No faith on 6.
Faith, the library, 4.
I need you to make me a faith check, as your faith in your cause is shaken by the sheer terror of the experience.
I think I'm going to drop a blue on that. That would be another die.
8.
Another die added to it, right?
Yeah. Blue or red?
Blue.
You really don't want to give me chips, do you?
Not if I can help it. That's 9 then, right?
Yeah, that's 9. All right. Now your faith is strong enough. Both of you guys also suffer -2 to every action until further notice. Okay. Doc and Jesse.
Just to clarify, sorry, before we move on, does that include quickness for the purpose of drawing cards?
Yep, -2.
Every dice roll -2. Except damage.
Yes.
Except for
Yes.
strength with a melee, because that's still a skill check.
Hang on a sec. No, melee counts.
Yes,
Your strength,
sorry.
it's -2 on the strength counts.
You would take the -2 off the strength.
Yeah.
Even though I was saying except damage, it would come off the strength part. Yeah.
Yeah, so it comes off the strength part. That's correct. Yeah. Now, Doc and Jesse. Is that right? Yeah, Doc and Jesse.
Yes.
You've both picked up a minor phobia. That's a 2-point loco hindrance. Of
Mechanical wolves.
Of collapsing buildings.
Oh.
You think I was going to make it as easy as mechanical wolves?
Yes.
I could have made it as broad as the dark forest, but I thought that's a little bit too broad.
Well, you could have done canines too. Just any type
Yeah,
of
is
dog.
there's not that many canines around anymore. There's a few, but not that many. And you two are also at -2 on every action until further notice. Okay. So, won't use him. I'll use him. Can you guys see the names on the
No. Almost always unidentified creature.
BB Wolf? So I know who it is for my own edification. Okay, so you guys don't get an action this turn because you're scared shitless, literally in some cases. So let me get the big bad wolf and see how many cards the big bad wolf gets, and see how badly you guys are going to get your asses torn to shreds.
For somebody with D10 and Spirit, Archie is a fucking phobia magnet.
You are, aren't you? Well, it's a scary, scary place, isn't it? Okay.
If Guts is D10, why is Archie rolling? Oh no, that was for the scared. Sorry, I saw D6s.
No, that's cool. That's cool. What was I up to? Oh yes. So the big bad wolf. Okay, so the very first thing the big bad wolf does is draws in a quick lungful of air and then blasts it, and then literally blasts it at you all. I need you all to make a. Hang on, let me do this first. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, the blast of wind hits each of you, and I need you to make a strength check, otherwise you're going to get your asses blown over. Again, you may spend chips if you wish. Oh, by the way, the -2 does not apply to this particular strength check. Okay. Just thought I'd mention that. Okay.
Yeah, we're too scared to move anyway.
Basically, you're resisting, so it makes sense. So Doc got a 14, Taylor got a 5, almost a critical fail. Max got a 9, Jesse got a 6, and 6 got a 7. Blah. Does anyone want to spend chips on any of that?
I hope I'm good,
No.
otherwise everyone's toast.
Was that a no? It was a no, I think I heard. Okay, so Jesse and Taylor, you both lose your feet in the blast of wind. You fall to the ground, and each of you take another D6 of wind each, please.
Haha, you got winded. Get it?
Which explodes, Taylor.
Yes, sorry, I forgot the.
That's all right. You got winded. All right. So Jesse and Taylor are on the ground. Max, Doc, and 6 are scared shitless and not on the ground. And then the creature charges in to be in amongst you and starts carving the 3 of you that are standing up. I need your fighting brawlings, please, for Max, Doc, and 6. I'll do Max first. The wolf is biting and clawing at you, for the record.
Fighting 2 with pen and sword.
Okay. Well, you can't. Yeah. Okay.
It's the only fighting skill I have, so.
Yeah. Did you have it? Did you have it out though? Did you have it ready?
No, I had the shotgun ready.
Yeah. Okay. So you're fighting, brawling with a shotgun. Yeah. Okay.
You can buffalo with it, can you?
Yeah, of course you can. So what is your fighting, brawling, please? Oh, 3 for Doc. And they're your fighting brawlings, are they, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. What was your fighting, brawling, Max? Did you say?
2 for pen and sword.
Hey, what was yours? 2, did you say?
That's with pen and sword. It's the only
Mhm.
fighting I have.
Okay. That's all right. Okay. Well, that's a miss. I can't believe that. That's not. Okay. So Max takes a single claw to the... I can't shift it. To the right arm. I'm going to keep these out. I think might be easier. Oh. 9 and 6 is 15, and 5 is 20 points of damage to your arm. Max, you may obviously chip this away because you are in combat if you want to do that. Doc, you'll be next. Are you chipping those wounds away, Max?
Yeah, that's when. What are the wounds here up to? Divide by 5, correct? That's
Yeah.
4 wounds.
No, divide by your size, which is 6.
6.
So it's
3.
only 3 wounds. Yeah.
That's all right. I'll throw you a red and have one on the right arm.
All right. And I need you to take another D6 wind. Please. Doc, are you wearing a lower guts armor?
No, because I would need to switch it on, and I didn't. So
They're not wearing a flak jacket?
No.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Well, we hope it's okay.
That puts me up to total wind.
Well, you got no wind left.
Right.
In that case, you fall to the floor.
Okay.
9, 10, 13 damage to your lower guts, Doc. Again, you may chip that away.
Yep.
If you wish. And the second swipe at you misses. And then 6.
Ooh, that's a good. It was cocked on my screen. Could have been a 2 or a 1.
Yeah. Look more 2 to me than 1.
And you get missed 6. You manage to fend off the creature. If you take any wins, you took your wind, Tox. Yeah, thank you. All right. So that's the end of the first round. Max is on the ground. Jesse's on the ground. Taylor's on the ground. Doc and 6 are on their feet. I'll get everybody to make me quickness checks. Don't forget your -2. We'll go from there. Okay?
Does that include Max?
It includes Max.
Can't spend chips on quickness, can you?
Nope. So that's 1 card for 6.
2 for Max.
2 for Max. 1 for Jesse. 2 for Taylor. and whatever Doc comes up with.
2 cards.
Oh, there you go. 2 cards. I missed it. It's actually 3 cards, mate. Oh, hang on. Is it 3 cards?
Oh yeah, it is 3 cards. 1 race.
Yeah. So you got that includes your -2.
Yep, there's -3 on the roll
Why is the I was about to ask why -3?
because I got a leg wound.
Because you got a leg wound, of course. Does that count for quickness tests?
I mean, when
Yeah, it
wounded-
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Everybody else, yeah. Okay, cool. So that's where we all stand. I need to do the big bad wolf. Piss poor roll. Oh God, what piss poor cards. So Max, you have first action.
Drop white and get 5 back.
Yep, certainly you can do that. That would be your action. I'll even allow you to stand up if you want. You might prefer to stay down. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll probably take a knee.
You take a knee. All right. Taylor.
So it's currently ignoring me because I'm on the ground, right?
Well, it certainly didn't attack you, yes, because you're on the ground.
So would I be able, like, is it next to me? Am I?
Oh, it's effectively. I mean, you're within 10 feet of it because you're all within. You're still within the wreckage of the hut. Remember?
Yep. I'm just wondering if I can stand up and walk like back away from it.
Yeah. You have to give me a nimbleness check to you don't trip over something walking backwards.
Okay.
Getting up from prone is a whole action, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, right. Whoops.
So you're going to stand up, are you?
Yes.
Well, you going to do anything else while you're standing up?
I think didn't Hax just say I couldn't? I just
No,
that's my whole
You
action.
can't move. No, you didn't say that at all. It said standing up is a full action. But you can move and do something at the same time.
I
So
understand.
you can stand up and throw a nuke, for example, a ground zero nuke on the thing.
Tempting, but no. However, I was planning to use my Merv
On the wolf, who's in melee
Yes.
combat with everybody.
Well, it seems unlikely that I'd miss at this range.
Okay.
It's hang on.
Yeah, you can do it. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just okay. As long as
Yes,
you know what you're
so
doing.
it is 6. Effectively, it's 6 atomic blasts all in one shot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, make your faith roll or whatever you have to do.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to do each shot separately?
Yeah, I do. Please.
Okay. That's the first location.
It's an arm, left or right. Left arm.
I'm just using my atomic blast,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the same damage, just
It's
6
the same
times.
damage. Yeah. Yep. So that's 13 points of damage. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now that's Now, does armor protect against atomic blast? I can't remember.
Let me check the.
Please.
I can tell you it's Children of the Atom, printed page 68. I don't think it says in my notes. And page 81 is Merv.
Yeah. Sorry. Huh, 68 atomic blast. Yes, it would affect it.
Okay.
Looking at that. Reading the atomic blast, it would affect it. What did you say Merv was on?
81.
Merv. All right. So, I'll put that over there. Okay. So, you need to drop that down to. He's got 2 points of armor.
Mhm.
So you need to drop that down to D6s.
Okay.
6. Okay, so that's he's size 8, so that's no wounds.
Okay.
Not big enough. That's the first one. The second one. It's an arm hit, left or right. That's a right arm. Uh, 7 points damage, just not enough to hurt him.
Yep.
Next one. That's a upper chest shot. Upper guts or gut shot. Again, not enough.
Yep. It's hard to get 8 or above on 2d6.
That's an arm shot, left or right. Left arm.
There we go.
No. Yep. Okay. It's 1 wound to his left arm. Hold me a second. Okay. And that was your 4th one, wasn't it, or your 5th one?
4th.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 2 to go. You get 6, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lower guts. 2d6.
Oh yeah.
That's better. That's better. 24 divided by 8 is 3.
3. Yep.
3.
3 gut wounds. Okay. And your final move. That's an upper gut shot as well. And no damage. And determine you're ready. Max, you're kneeling, I believe.
Is he actually within range for me to touch him with that shotgun?
Touch him with a shotgun, no. But it would be short range.
But it's still short range. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm at -3 right now to hit due to fear and my 1 wound.
You are. Hold on a second.
Am I in the blast radius of this?
Not really.
He just melee'd me.
All right,
Okay.
but I mean, he's moving around a bit. He's got a long reach too. No, not if Max was further away and therefore the cone was bigger, probably. But Max is right there too, so that's why not. Sorry. I'm just scrolling back through. Oh, there they are. It was Taylor who got the lowest on that roll. Oh, actually, it's -2. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part of it. You guys need to make a guts check before. Everyone except Taylor needs to make a guts check before they can actually make an attack. So you're right, Taylor, but Max, I'll need a guts check because you're still panicking. Okay. I think that's enough to pass the guts check.
I thought it was 15 last time.
It was. So you get.
Oh wait, -2.
No, not for that. You don't.
Okay.
So you got the guts check. So you're no longer panicking. You may get rid of the... Oh, no, it hasn't been around yet. You can do it next round if possible. Okay, you want to take your shot? Take your shot. Or
All
do what
right.
you're doing.
The shotgun has +2, so it's actually going to be -1 from what I roll.
That sounds about right. Wow. That's a 9 then, is it? No, it's
11.
a minus. That's an 11. It's still a raise. So your location for your shot? D20, thank you. 16, 15, 17. No, you can't make anything but a gut shot. How much damage do you normally do with a shotgun at that range?
5 die 6. I was pressing the wrong button.
5 die 6. 5 die 4. 44 is your damage.
4d4.
44.
Just explode, no keeping, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Not enough to wound him, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Okay, end your turn when you're ready, or if you have already. Doc. You need to make a guts check for me to start with, mate, please. You hero. Stand back, I'll take him on.
Where was that fucking roll with the opening?
Yeah, exactly. What do you want to do, mate? You are on your feet.
Yes, I am.
You're going to shoot it with your gun, are you?
I am.
Isn't there a -2 penalty for shooting a rifle in melee?
Not if I throw a red chip into the pot.
Ah, okay. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I've seen it take a whole heap of stuff to the guts, right?
You have. You're going to call it, are you?
Well, the red chip allows me to call the shot.
Okay.
And hit it.
Okay. You hope.
So, yeah, well, I hope. Yep. Would I have gotten enough information there to know that he has armor?
Probably not. It's been half a second or more. Yeah, it's been pretty quick. So no, you probably wouldn't.
I didn't think so. So I'm like, oh yeah.
No, it's fair to ask. Fair to ask. No.
Yeah. So I will shoot it in the guts. Let me make sure I drop my red chip in.
Cool. The big bad wolf.
So it's normally 8d8. Is it 8d4?
No, it's 8d8. Yes, 84. If you hit.
What happened there?
We locked up. No, we're exploding. Wow.
Nice.
Wow. 30 divided by 8 is 9. It's not 8. It's not 8. It's 9. 30 divided by 9.
What? Size
It's
9.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. No, that's its terror. I looked at the wrong stat. Sorry, it is size 8. Sorry. 30 divided by 8 is...
The background fear is 6?
Yes, the background fear is 6. You are in a deadland.
I thought you could only go as high as 5.
Before it becomes a deadland.
Doesn't go any higher than 6.
No. 6 is a deadland. 6 is what you get inside Maelstroms and other deadlands. This is a deadland. Your background fear count is 6. Yes. Oops.
Oh, it's just that like the woods getting all dark and foreboding. I would have assumed that was the bit that was the scary thing, not the fact that this was a deadland. But yeah, fair.
Well, it's all part of the same thing. I mean, it's all part of the same thing. That's
I don't know how you make one place within a deadland more scary than the others then.
Only via my excellent descriptive storytelling. Okay.
Game mechanics began.
Game mechanics we don't. Right, so 30 divided by 8, I can't do the maths. 24 is 3. 24, 3. So that's 3 wounds to the Gertz. By a quirk of fate, he twists out of the way at the last moment and takes no wounds.
I assume that was going to happen. Trading chips.
Something along those lines.
Cool.
Something along those lines. And your turn, please. Jesse, you need to make me a guts check too, please. And you're still prone, I might add.
Yeah. Is this at -2?
The guts, no. Okay, so you're good to go. But you are still prone. I'm assuming you're climbing to your feet and doing something?
Climb to my feet. Yeah, I take it I'm not near him.
Yeah, you're close enough. You're in melee distance. Everybody is.
Oh, well, in that case, I will attack him with the sword. Has anybody?
All right.
We have no idea what
Okay, real
what
quick.
its fight and brawling is, do we?
Yeah, no, I'll give you that in a second. Just real quick though, all right. The fact that you were knocked down, there's a chance you may have dropped the sword. Okay.
Okay.
So let's give me a nimbleness. I think nimbleness is the best one for gripping onto the sword. Give me a quick nimbleness check to see if you held it as you fell. You are likely to. It's your primary weapon in that regard, but I still need to check. Do you want to spend chips on that?
So I'm gonna have to, aren't I? I only have red, so I'm gonna have to do red.
All right. So, well, at least you get to add the die to the 4. Yes, you managed to hold on to the sword. So, yes.
Am I still holding the knife?
With the raise, yes. Because you got a raise there.
Okay.
So I'll give you both because you got the raise.
That's
So
fine.
fighting brawling is 5. So you're looking at target number 10 to start with, mate.
Okay.
But it is size 8, which makes it slightly easier to hit, I believe. So that'll bring it back down to 8.
TN8, and I'm at -2, so it's effectively TN10.
No, it's back up to 10. I don't know why we bothered.
No, because it would have been 12.
Okay, that's why we bothered.
Do I want to? I am gonna hit it with both my sword and my knife. Well, I'm going to attempt to.
Uh-huh.
And that's a multi-action at -2.
That's right. So it makes it 12.
Yeah.
And I'll do the sword first, please.
Oh. Bounced off at 10.
Bugger. And the knife? Same. Okay. So that's your action and your turn.
I feel better that I wouldn't have hit anyway.
Maybe. Doc. Taking another shot?
Knowing that his pink mist distribution tool did not work the first go, he might flip the switch on his armor so that he doesn't die.
Is that the only action you're taking?
Yeah, I mean, he might take... Yeah, I think he's probably got enough rubble around him that moving around is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, well, certainly backing up's not a good idea, which is what you'd have to do.
Yeah.
So unless you wanted to do the turn and flee business.
No, not quite at that point yet.
No, okay, fair. So you're flipping on your armor, are you? Okay, yeah. 6. Okay, first action 6. I need a guts check first, please.
I'm going to put a red on top of that.
Okay. And hope you get more than a 2. No, I saw the 1 for a second. I thought, I've jinxed him.
Oh, ignore the -2.
That's
that was
fine.
my reminder.
Yeah, it's fine. You've got your guts up. You're right to go. What are you going to do?
Remind me, you mentioned using a rifle in melee is a -2.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's pretty hard because I mean, usually your rifle to shoot with. I think it's -2 from memory. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
And a cold shot to the guts, not the gizzards, is also a -2.
correct.
And I'm currently at -2 for everything.
Correct.
I think I'm just going to shoot in melee and luck be damned about where it lands.
Right.
Because I am worried about a -6. I might be able to get away with a -4.
Okay.
Actually, I have chips. No, I'm going to leave it as a cold shot to the guts at -6.
Okay.
It's a pretty big deficit. Let's do a blue chip.
A blue chip or a red chip?
A blue chip. It's already in now.
Bugger.
Yes.
That's 9.
And then it gets me to 3, doesn't it? After we
Yeah.
minus the 6 off. All right. Well,
Does the shooting in melee with a rifle get cancelled out by the fact that he's size fucking 8?
You add another 2. You'd add another 2 to that because it's size 8.
even then. Well,
Still
I mean,
good.
well, that's 9 minus
That's
4.
5.
That is a 5.
Oh, that's a hit then.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Bloody.
So
bloody,
that
bloody
is
munchkin.
a cold shot to the gizzards then. Oh, sorry, guts.
Guts. Bloody munchkin.
So I'm normally shooting a 5d10. That would come down to a 5d6.
Correct.
Ignore the -2. Sorry. Okay.
You know I'm gonna do, don't you?
You're just gonna chip it, but that's 5 wounds to the guts.
No, I ain't gonna chip 5 wounds.
Okay.
I don't want to spend all the chips in this regard. You've put a bullet through his through the big bad wolf's guts. Spark, and he falls to the ground.
Nice.
Well done.
My turn.
Well done.
I didn't realize he was mechanical.
No,
Maybe.
but now you do.
I did when
didn't-
he said mechanical earlier on.
And maybe you can salvage the wind.
Yeah, I didn't hear him roll wind damage, so I was like, either it's an undead wolf or it's a mechanical wolf.
It's something that doesn't take wind. Yes.
I was more talking that if Archie knew it was a automaton, he would have had a problem.
Yeah, which is why you didn't know. So
Good.
I didn't.
I just wanted to know that I didn't miss that in your
No.
description.
I didn't. Yeah. So,
You had
however,
had
talking about
you had mentioned that there was some kind of liquid dripping from its mouth. We don't have to roll vigor for poison or anything if we've been bit, right?
no.
Okay.
No, it's not poison. It's not drool either. It turns out to be a some sort of lubricating fluid
Right.
that makes it look like drool. Speaking of wind, however, can I get spot checks off everybody, please? Visual spot checks.
Oh, -3.
Can't
sorry.
remember how much my spot is. We'll have to look it up.
That's all right. Look it up.
Max got a 5, 6, 3,
Yeah,
4.
that's okay.
There you go, 4.
Mm-hmm. Just waiting on. There we go.
That's at -2, I think. So 3.
Okay. Can I have 6 in the private room, please?
User left your channel. User left your channel.
If we actually have time to talk about it. Archie should see if he can salvage that, whatever produced the wind from that thing.
Yeah, there's definitely something funky going on there.
Pretty sure he could figure out something to use it for.
Sounds like you boys have had enough beans.
Someday, I hope I can tell my grandkids I watched that movie in a theater. No, Grandpa, they never would have showed that in a theater.
The sheriff is a down.
User joined your
Favorite
channel.
lines ever.
Taylor to the private room, please.
Okay.
User left your channel.
So many brilliant lines in that film.
Oh man, that one, that and the Holy Grail, I think, were the two of them that you just. There's so many.
What did I miss?
We're talking about Blazing Saddles.
Oh, right.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Right. So, all in very, very quick succession. All in very, very quick succession. Six takes a pace backwards. Taylor throws an atomic blast. So you can throw that if you like, Taylor. At the wolf, I might add. Yeah, it's an upper guts. Don't forget the armor still counts, so you're still only throwing D6s.
It's 3 raccoons in a trench coat, isn't it?
Size 8.
It's not
That's
far
two.
off what I guess.
That's okay. So you do 2 wounds. You do 2 wounds to the the thing. The wolf's chest explodes. Everybody takes 2d12 damage because you're all within the first blast radius.
Well, okay.
So
Are you going to roll that, or are we?
No, you guys can roll your 2d12. It's massive damage. So
12 exploding.
2d12 exploding, and it's massive damage. So,
cool. So
4 wounds.
you work out how
4
many
locations.
you work out how many wounds you would take, and then roll that many locations and you take 1 wound per 1 wound per location.
Oh, of course, there's a fucking head in there, and a gizzards.
So how does armor affect this?
This one doesn't. If armor doesn't affect it at all in this case because of the nature of what's going on. But gizzards and head wounds don't count for massive damage.
Okay. And a 7 and a 14 are limb shots, right?
No, the 14 is, the 7's are lower guts.
Okay, so 2 guts ahead and a limb. We'll check left and right. Left arm.
Left arm.
Just a quick spot of detail. Is this spirit damage?
No.
Okay.
No, it's exploding automaton damage.
2 and 1.
Two arm
I'm
wounds from
going
me.
to chip away those wounds.
Oh, yeah, and you can chip them away. as per normal, if you wish.
This is for my 2 arms. So,
So
They're
location
both the
1
same
and
arm.
2. Is that an
Yep.
arm? Or
No,
I mean a leg?
no, 1 and 2 are legs, mate. So you need to odds and evens. Odds is left, evens is right.
2 arm
One
wounds,
each.
I will chip those away.
Yep.
Okay.
I am
do you-
similarly going to chip my wounds away.
all right. So
Yeah, I'm going to drop a red on those 2.
if you chip your wounds away, okay. If you take, everyone's going to take D6 wind anyway. If you're going to accept more than 1 wound, you need to roll me a D6 for every wound you accept. So you still need to roll me a D6, at least D6 wind. And yes, it does explode.
Oh my god.
That's how much wind you take, people.
6 falls down.
Okay.
Yep. Max is down again.
Tail's fine.
Technically, it's not a falling down. It's out of the fight temporarily.
I'm so exhausted I can't do it. I'm so battered and bruised that I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Not
most people,
not actually
yeah,
unconscious.
you don't actually fall down, but it's the same, effectively. So, anyway, all right. So where is everybody? Max, are you on your feet? Are you
Nope.
okay? You're not. Jesse, are you okay?
Yes.
Taylor, are you okay?
Yes.
Doc, are you?
Yep.
And you're at 2, are you? 6?
Yes.
Right. There's no more
Chips I'm happy to spend on wind, or do a thing to myself after I can put some chips in, but obviously I have to wait.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
How is our
yes.
rescuee faring?
Yeah, I was just getting to him. As I find out where everybody was. So Fred finally pokes his head up from underneath some debris and goes, "Is it dead?"
Technically, it was never alive. It's a machine,
It's a machine.
but it's seems to be deactivated.
Fair enough. I take it that was a miss thumb.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So
No.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Drop all my weapons, pull out a pistol, and shoot something. No.
Yeah. Okay. No. Well. Yeah. All right. So people regain their wind because the scene's effectively over. So everyone should be back on full wind by moving forward. And anyone wounded?
Yeah, 1 leg.
Max
wound.
got 1.
Do you want to treat them now, or do you want to do something else?
Probably a good idea if we have time.
Well, it's still spooky and everything's still quiet, but there's nothing else exploding or doing anything or coming at you. You don't think you think you're going to be okay.
See if you can pull Archie away from investigating what the heck this thing is.
Yeah, well, that's whole other issue. Do you want to do that, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Well, probably a tinkering roll is your best one for that one. Okay. It appears to be some sort of automaton. From what you can gather, it had some sort of bellow device inside its chest, or bellow device inside its chest, which was how it was managed to blow the thing down. You also, in your investigations, also note that the entirety of the hut, all the planks on the hut, all the fixtures, they're all connected via very fine wires to each other.
It collapses. It's just what it does. Didn't actually blow it down.
Can I relay what I heard?
You can relay what you heard, of course. Now let's give plenty of time. We're out of combat, so yeah, you can do what you like. Well,
those tiny wires make a lot of sense. That it was designed to fall down right before the hut fell down. I did hear a click Not that it helped me at all, but did hear a little click happen inside the hut moments before we were strewn about with debris.
Nice. What was this thing powered by?
Whatever automatons are powered by. What are they powered by normally?
They probably I assume it's probably got Ghost Rock batteries in it or something.
Yeah, it has, and it did have before it blew up.
Yeah.
So no, you can't recover them.
Boo.
I will give you a scrounging roll though, because I'm a nice guy. You actually managed to locate, believe it or not, 2 ounces of Ghost Rock,
Nice.
processed Ghost Rock, however it's processed. 2 ounces of Ghost Rock.
200
Equivalent.
bucks.
Well, there you go.
It's basically Archie's currency.
Yeah, by the way, are you still got your armor going?
And no, I switched it off.
Yeah, I thought you might have. Okay, anyone want to do anything? Heal, rest for the night, go stark raving mad,
I mean,
Bribe
Six
the
is currently
bribe
out
the
of
GM.
wind.
bribe the GM. No, you get your win back, mate. I said all that.
Oh, it's
in the-
it's
it's-
all
it's the end
gone.
of-
Just gone.
Yeah, it's the end of scene. It's the end of scene. It's all gone. Tell you what you can do though, guys. Taylor, you're no longer at -2.
Okay.
Everybody else, if you would like to get rid of your -2, it will cost you a white chip
Don't have one.
or better. Or you
Yeah.
can wait until I reckon it's worn off. Your choice.
Yeah.
So I'll leave that choice to you. All right.
I mean, that's until the next thing shows up and scares me back to -2.
Yeah, but still.
Do have wounded arm though.
Yeah, you got a wounded arm. Someone else got a wound too, they said.
Yeah, my leg.
I can do medicine, but not that great at it.
Well, as long as
For
you-
a
as long as you
single
don't-
wound, it's not that high, is it? It's like TN5.
I thought it was 10. Yeah, it's 10.5 or 3.
I think 3's for wind.
Yeah, so do I. No, I think it's 10.5, which is pretty standard difficulty roll.
Oh wait.
Anybody wants?
Oh wait, what? Sorry.
I remember I picked up general medicine. I may as well practice it so that I can role play leveling it up. I will only practice it on myself though. I'll try and
Right, you're
figure
going to
out
first
what's
aid.
first aid of my own leg.
Right, so I'm assuming you're going to do. I'm assuming then, Jesse, you're going to look after Max or Taylor, whoever it was. Yeah. Okay. Well, give me those. Give me those medicine rolls, please.
Annoying.
Jesse, you still got your wound, Max, but Doc, you managed to heal yourself.
Nice.
Nice. Do you want to practice on Max?
Does Max
You're in
want
top-
me to practice on Max?
Why not?
Why not?
There you go.
Doc's a better medic than Jesse is, looks like.
Okay, so who's-
Jesse has never claimed to be a competent medic.
That's true.
However, Taylor has. So, is anyone still wounded?
No, they're all
Okay.
good. I didn't
Good.
know you had medicine as well.
Not
All right,
medicine.
so
I've
no-
got my Doomsayer healing.
Yeah, it's a little bit overkill for a single wound, isn't it?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. So does Nuke, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right tool for the job. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. So everyone's back up to full health. Everyone's got back up to full wind. Strain is still those who have been straining themselves. Anyone down any strain? I don't think anyone is, are they?
Yep. No, I took one because of my Merv.
Yeah. Okay. So That's so yeah. Okay, that'll come back sooner or later.
Yep.
All right. So you guys gonna?
I've got
What do you
3 strain damage from when we were fighting in the train station.
in the train station? How much do you get
Well,
back
the
walking?
bit as we.
Yeah. How much do you get back while walking around the monorail station? I knew what
I
you meant.
don't think you do. I think you get. You have to meditate.
You got to meditate them to get them back. That's what I thought too. All right. So what's the plan now, ladies and gentlemen?
From the map, it looks like we can probably head south from here to the roller coaster.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless
The
it's
other
prudent of us to get Fred back to the monorail station and protect him there, and then go and foray out, like escort each person individually back out.
could be. I mean, it's up to you.
That's what I assumed we were going to do.
What? Take Fred back to the monorail station?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it Fred? It is Fred.
I'm
Isn't
not
it?
against that.
All right. If you want, okay. So in that case, the quickest way out is probably straight down to the octopus's garden area, then straight east. That's probably the quickest way. So is that what you're doing? Yeah? Straight west, not east, sorry. The other east. Yeah, is that what you're doing?
Well, I've made my opinion
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that's cool. Hang on a sec, just got to check something.
For the record, Max does agree.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so you make your way out of the wood. It's a rather harrowing time, no pun intended. That odd calliope music is still playing, and once you exit the wood, or as you start to exit the wood, it starts to pick up the noise of it. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So you enter out into the midway, which is the area in the light of the what little moon there is. You can make out the merry-go-round, which is the Umbrella Corporation logo, sort of. And there's it's how do I describe it? Let's see if I can find a decent description. Actually, the calliope music seems to be coming from the merry-go-round.
Makes sense.
You can also this close. You can also hear the occasional clank and rumble coming from the western end of the island. So that probably means the Screaming Demon's operating as well. Beyond the looking south, beyond the merry-go-round, you can see a variety of. It's like a carnival fairway. There's a variety of booths, skill-based booths. You know, the type of things. Win the prize, do the action, win the prize type thing.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, that one. And there's a number of smaller children-sized rides interspersed amongst all these booths. I'm assuming you. Whoa. Twitch chat. Sorry. Hi, Emily. Yeah, it is me, Dulux. Sorry, I haven't been keeping an eye on it. My good friend Six has. Yeah, I'm focused on the game. Sorry about that. Yeah, I am here. I am here, Emily. When you guys, I'll keep an eye on it now that I know that second. What was I going to say? Were you guys? Assuming you aren't going south to investigate, I'm assuming you're going east to take Fred back to the monorail station. Is that right?
Yeah, let's not get caught in another fight with Fred.
In tow.
I
Cool.
just remember our poor friend in the bayou on that boat with the alligator who we had that big fight, and then we turned around and he was dead from a heart attack.
Oh, I remember that. No, I'm good, mate. I'm good, Emily. Thank you. For a lazy Saturday afternoon in the cold, as such. All right. So you guys, as you guys make your way down past Town Hall and through Anytown, USA, again, can I get spot checks off everybody, please?
I think I'm still at -2, so a 3 that'll be.
Mm-hmm. Taylor.
Yep.
There's another one. There's another one of those creepy clowns looking around the corner of a building, and as you notice it, he, she, or it slinks away.
Yep, I will inform the group.
Yeah. Okay. So you eventually make your way back to the monorail station, and Fred said, we're not leaving, are we?
We've already cleared this out. Probably bodies scattered about.
Yeah, there are a few.
Your friends went that way. Meet us, wait for us on the shore. It's up to you. You can wait here for us, or you can go join your friends.
Yeah, okay. What they're waiting? They're waiting on the mainland, are they?
In the terminal building on the mainland.
Are you sure? I'll get you in a second, Emily. Are you sure?
Well, that's where they told us they were going.
Okay.
Are
you sure? Are you sure it's safe? Are you?
I think it's probably safer than here.
Fair enough. All right. You're going to go look for Tom and Diane?
Yep, that's the plan.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Well, we'll wait for you on the mainland. You're right. I think I can make my way there. Okay. Thank you.
Best of luck.
No worries. Thank you. And he heads off in the direction that the others took. Yeah. Thanks, Six. I was just about to answer Emily that thing. We're all from Australia, USA, and Ireland. Six, all up and down the east coast of Australia, literally from southern Queensland through to Tasmania, and slightly inland in the New South Wales area. If you know Australia at all, I don't know if you do. Anywho, so what are you guys going to do? You're going to head back in towards where?
Let's go investigate the music.
The Calliope in the Octopus's Garden. All right, so you make your way back through Anytown, USA again. Can I get spot checks of everybody? Okay, Taylor, Doc, and Max at various points. At various points in your travels, you all again. One of you spots a clown looking out one of the upper story windows. One of these clowns does a lazy cartwheel past the far end of an alleyway, and another one's looking at you from about 11 foot up off the ground around the corner of a building. I'm an IT consultant. I'm an IT. Yeah. I'm an IT project manager, IT executive, coder, a whole range of senior level IT stuff. In fact, most of the guys are IT guys in one form or another, or retired IT guys. We're all old farts, I'm afraid. Wow. Who's the youngest? Is it you, Ben, or is it you, Six?
That's a good question. I'm an 87
Or is
baby.
it Andrew? Is it
No,
Andrew?
no, it will be James.
Andy. James. Okay.
I'm 86.
You're 86
Yeah.
years old. Wow, that's old.
Yeah.
I might be the baby then.
You are the baby. Yeah.
Goo goo wah wah. Poor Six. Anyway,
I'm not.
yeah, oh, yeah, you're not, and neither's Jesse. Well, Jesse is, but not. Yeah, so yeah. Anywho, so which side of just out of interest, which side of the main town hall are you going on? Are you going on the north side, or are you going on the south side of the town hall to get to the roundabout?
It
With the
seems to
Calliope
be
music.
just more southerly, so we'll probably go down the south side.
All right, no worries. Yeah, that is a Ferris wheel down there, down the bottom there. It's slowly turning, like it's in operation. My hobbies: role playing games and coding. I'm a geek. And model trains. I'm a real geek. So that's the Ferris wheel. Can I get audible cognition checks off everybody, please? As you come around the between those two lakes, between those two water feature areas.
That's a 1 for me.
That's a 1 for you. Okay. Well, you didn't roll a 1, so it's not a critical fail. 6, can I have you in the private room, please?
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Okay, so if you've got the map in front of you, if you've got the diagram map in front of you, where you are, around the back, on the back end of the town hall is a lake, and then there's a smaller lake or pond, water feature, whatever, at the 4 o'clock mark from the roundabout. Okay, and you guys are crossing between those two lakes. So you're practically due north of the arcade building, which is just to the west of the Ferris wheel. So does everybody know where we are physically at the moment?
Yep.
On the map. So 6 balls in your court.
I just heard screaming and gunshots from that arcade over there. We might need to act quickly, and as there may be another survivor in there.
Now let's get on that.
All right. So does that mean you're heading south towards the arcade?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. Can I get as you get very close to the arcade building, can I get everybody to give me another noise-based cognition check, please? All right. Anyone spend chips? I'm going to assume no. All right. So, look, the sounds, the gunshots and the screams and all that, it's actually the sound effects from old video games. Can I have six? Can I have you back in the private room for a second, please, mate?
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Max to the private room, please.
User was moved out of your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
So you're outside the arcade. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I might have heard an actual scream in there. Sounded like male.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go check it out.
Sounds good.
Okay. As you enter the arcade, your senses are assaulted with bright visual effects, sudden loud bursts of sound. We've all been to a video arcade in our lives, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Grew up in it.
Yeah, so did I. So you imagine the assault you're getting, especially from coming from outside where it's practically silent. Okay. Look, the machines seem to the machines seem to be arranged. Not in straight lines per se, but to form a really odd maze. Again, I've been in arcades that are like that. They almost encourage you to wander and see what's around because you can't find what you want straight away. So that's what the effect is. Listen, right next to the door, for argument's sake, is one of those animatronic gypsy machines. You know, the ones that tell your fortune. The this one takes no coin. It just says press the flashing red button, start button. It's actually labelled start. So yeah. So I don't know if anyone wants to push it. No, I'm not on Dulux. I'm not on Discord much, mate, Emily, at all. Don't have much need to be.
I don't want to push it.
You don't want to push it?
Archie will push it.
Archie will push it. the machine jerks to life in the. It's not an automaton. This one's actually just pure animatronics, just like Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. And it jerks around and it seems to lock eyes on you, sort of, but it's not really. And then the voice, the mouth opens and closes, and then the voice goes. Welcome, Dr. Archibald. I can't remember your full name. Dr. Archibald E. Miller. You will survive the island, make it back to the mainland, and then die a horrible, horrible death being eaten by a Mojave rattler.
Nice.
And then shutters to a stop, and then the flashing bright light, the start button starts flashing again. Anyone else?
Worst fortune cookie ever.
No, it ain't. At least Doc gets to make it off the island.
Mm.
So what do you? Anyone else going to push it, or are you just going to go further into the arcade?
Nothing seems to have whirred to life or threatened us or anything after
No.
pressing the button.
No. Well, the machine the fortune teller whirled to life. Yeah,
Right.
the animatronic.
Six will press the button.
Yeah, push button too. Okay, again, it goes through a similar routine of jerking and then goes. Yeah. Welcome, Sasha Setlova. You will die horribly here on the island, impaled by a spear, and then shudders to a halt.
Cool.
Anyone else?
We make our own luck, don't we? Let's just head on.
Yeah, I think we need to find this guy.
All right. That's cool. Listen, let's take a quick 5-minute coffee bathroom break. Throw up the intermission screen, please.
Yep.
Ben, and I'll see everybody in about 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds good.
welcome back, everyone, from our little intermission. So you're going to make your way further into the
arcade.
Couldn't really think of the word.
If he hasn't already, Jesse will draw his sword.
Again. All right. Okay. Not far in from the entrance, you can hear panicked calls for help from a male voice.
Help! Help!
Yeah, something like that. Are you going to
Let's go investigate that.
hang on a sec? Just right. Okay. So you follow the sound. You can hear. You can. You come around a corner, and there is one of these funny-looking clowns standing in front of a whack-a-mole game. You know the whack-a-mole game?
Mm-hmm.
He's holding what appears to be a gore-covered fire axe. 6 heads stick up from the game. 5 of them have already lost to the clown, as evidenced by the fatal head wounds. The 6th is screaming in terror as the clown swats at it with the axe. As you notice it pretty much notices you, and it scampers off into the maze of games. The crazed giggling and tittering trailing behind it. Do you want to chase after it with a bloody axe or not?
I think the human in the game's probably more important at this moment. If I had a way to tie him up with invisible ropes, I would do, but I think he's got away.
Yeah, well, yeah. By the time you get that off, he'll probably get around the corner and out of sight. It is a very compressed, claustrophobic, maze of machines and things like that.
Let's
So
get
sorry.
the survivor out of the machine.
He whimpers, the survivor. He whimpers for a moment, and oh my God! Oh, thank you! Oh God, thank you! Thank you! How are you going to get him out of the game?
Doc, how do we open this?
I'll have a look.
Yeah, it's not too hard to figure out, especially with that many razors. And you quickly release the gentleman from the whack-a-mole game. He's got just a slight graze on his head. That's how close the clown got to getting him at one stage. It's not bleeding so much as oozing, as such. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Jesse. I offer him my hand.
Tom.
What happened?
Tom Ernst. What happened? Me, Diane, and Fred. Those are the other 2 who got away from the bandits. We split up when we got into the park. I think Diane was heading for the other side of the island, and Fred made a break for the forest to the north. I don't know what happened to them, but that clown thing caught me pretty quick. A few hours later, it rounded up these other fellows. They're all bandit scum and good riddance, he says. And he stuck us in this box. If you folks hadn't come along, I'd guess I'd be joining them bandits pretty soon.
Well, we found your friend Fred, and we've sent him back to the mainland. Still looking for Diane. You're welcome.
So, you're obviously here to rescue us.
Yes, we ran into some of your folks. They asked us to come look for you.
Oh, excellent. Well, I suppose I'll stick with you guys then.
Yep.
He says.
Sounds sane. Should we take this gentleman back to the metro station?
It's probably on the way anyway, if we're going to the other side of the park. Right?
No, it's the opposite direction.
Oh, yeah. It's probably still a good idea. It's not that far, is it?
Well, it's. Hang on, which way am I going? Sorry.
Probably a good 5-10 minute walk.
Oh, at least.
Yeah, that's fine.
That image. Okay, I know this is a funny way of saying it, but that image, is about 8 inches across, roughly, and it's roughly 1 inch is 120 yards, give or take. Okay, so you're 500 meters, or so.
Yeah.
If you go direct line from the arcade to the monorail station, that skirts the southern side of any town and takes you past the Ferris wheel. That's the most direct route if you're going to do that.
Yeah, let's go see what delights the Ferris wheel has for us.
Okay. All right.
All the fun of the fair.
Wrist wheel. Okay. So you get close to the Ferris wheel. Look, there's nothing overtly odd about the Ferris wheel, yet there is a real sense of omnipotent, omnivorous, impending evil. Maybe it's the relentless turning of the gargantuan device, or the tortured shriek of metal under tremendous pressure that echoes from at odd intervals. Look, the paint of the spokes of the wheel have been streaked with black. The ride looks nothing so much as a huge revolving spider's web.
I don't like this.
Don't love it. Yeah, no.
Are you going to go on the Ferris wheel ride? I don't know.
Nope.
No.
All right, so you're going to pass. You're going to pass
on quickly by and go to the metro station.
All right.
Or the monorail station.
Yeah. Okay. Look, you obviously have got to. There's a bit of a fence along the old train line, so you can't cross the train line except at the proper crossing point down at Anytown, USA. So you've got to skirt along the railway tracks, basically. Okay. They're rusted. They don't look like they've been used in, I don't know, 13 years. There's nothing odd about it. They're slightly what is odd is that there's no weeds. You would expect after 13 years to be some weeds around the place. And the whole island's like
maybe
this.
The clowns are keen gardeners.
Well, maybe they are, because the lawns and that, and the topiary hedges, they're not overgrown. They're all manicured, and it looks really good, So, all right. So, you make your way back down. Can I get Can I get some spot checks off everybody, please?
Am I still at -2?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Look. Again. There's never in groups, always singularly, but a clown looking over a hedge at you, looking around corners, looking at you from the upstairs windows of buildings on the southern side of Anytown. Yeah, really creepy. Really creepy. Anyway, you make it across the railway line and back into the monorail station. Fred is sitting there leaning against the wall in the monorail station when you come in.
Hey, Fred. Thought you were going back to the mainland.
You can't get through. It's the line. It's broken about halfway back. I didn't know what to do, so I came back here to wait for you guys.
That's probably sensible. Hopefully your friends made it through before that broke.
Does that mean we're not going home yet?
Not quite yet.
That was a line from a movie. It was a very bad line from a movie. I'm on it. Oh, it was Newt from Aliens. Does that mean we're not going
I was
home
going to
yet?
say, is that Newt from Aliens?
Yeah, it was. It was Newt from Aliens. I knew the line.
You did a good rendition of the voice. That's what gave it away.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Talking about aliens, quick sidebar. Sorry, I the other day was Alien Day. I didn't know Alien Day was a thing. I knew Star Wars Day was a thing. That's tomorrow, for those who don't remember, May the 4th. But apparently it was Alien Day last week, and so GOG had a bunch of Alien themed, as in the movie franchise, Alien themed games. I picked up 4 games and a whole bunch of DLCs for $30. Including ones from only a couple of years ago. It was a really good special. One of the ones I'm playing at the moment, 3 of them are first-person shooters, which I'm not really big fan of first-person shooters. But the other one's a bit of a role-playing style game. I'm really enjoying it. It's Aliens Deep Strike, or Dark Strike, I think it's called. So yeah, so I'd mention that. Oh, speaking of games, how are you going with Sinking City, Ben? Did you enjoying it, or didn't you play it?
Haven't played it much, but not because of the game, just because I've been very busy with
Busy.
work at the moment. Yeah.
That's okay. So yeah. Anyway, back to this. So you're in the monorail station with Fred and Tom. Yes. What are you going to do now? You're going to leave? They don't want to be left alone. Not now. Not on an island with crazy clowns on it, or a crazy clown.
Well,
I don't know how many there are.
If memory serves, there is a security office upstairs with a lockable door.
Yes, there is.
Didn't we break that door?
Yes,
well,
you
I
did.
mean, we argy-barged it down. They could stack up against it or lean up against it and wait for a specific knock to let them know it's us or something.
You mean, for example, wedge your chair under the doorknob?
Yeah, that
shut
kind
with
of
it.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a plan. I don't know how good a plan it is, but it's a plan.
How very D&D resting in the dungeon.
Well, I mean, let's. I mean, would you guys want to stay up there, or do you want to come with us?
What do you reckon, Fred? Oh, I don't know, Tom. I suppose we'll be. I mean, we could be safe in the security. If we jam the door properly, we should be safe in the security room. I mean, these guys. I don't know. We might be safer with these guys. I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? You know, I think the decision comes back to the posse personally, as in GM to players.
Let me go have a look at the door upstairs and see if I can salvage it.
Okay. Yeah, you reckon you could? It won't be locked, but you can certainly rig it so that it can only be opened from the inside.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will do that and say it's probably best if you stay here because we've run up against some scary stuff along the way, and I wouldn't want you to get caught in the crossfire.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Jess, it might take some leadership to convince these guys, maybe. You're the most charismatic one amongst us, aren't you?
Yeah, don't ask the 4D4 Ian character.
Yeah, I'm convinced I am.
Convinced you are. Well, you better give me. You better give me a convincing role, please. Put it that way.
I don't have leadership.
You do have leadership, don't you?
I have 1d6 in persuasion.
That'll do. That'll do. For some reason, they're looking to you because you're the biggest, and therefore you're the one carrying the sword around.
Yeah, but I'm the one with the -2 penalty.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
You guys should stay here. It's definitely safer.
Believe it or not, I can't believe I'm saying this. Believe it or not, they're actually convinced of that from you. So I'm assuming you're going to lock them in, Doc? And I'm assuming you're setting up some sort of code knock or yeah. You'd always do
312.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah. All right, look.
Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
the only thing that I was going to do is give them 2 of my mill rats and the HI Thunderer pistol that I have, so that they can feel safe and secure and fed.
All right, cool. Not a problem. So, look, for suggesting it in the first place, that's worth a white chip. For believe it or not, for trying to convince them, that's worth a white chip. And for logging them, and for locking them in properly, especially with the mill rats, that's worth a white chip. So, well done, people, in that regard. Where are you guys headed? You're heading back over towards you're going to check out, I believe you were going to check out the roundabout in the Calliope with the Calliope music, weren't you?
Yeah, that's where we were headed.
All right. So you're going to head back. Are you heading through any town or around any town to the south? I'm assuming you're still making for that gap in the two lakes. Is that right? The 2 water features.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, no worries. Jess.
All right.
No, that's right. If anyone is still suffering from that -2 penalty for being freaked out, you may get rid of it by spending a white chip. You still have the option. You still have the option of getting rid of it if you want to spend a white chip.
I guess I'll throw in that white chip you just gave me.
If you want to do that. Anyone else got a penalty still?
Only all of my inner trauma.
Oh yeah, well, there's nothing I can do about. There's nothing I can do about. Talking about nothing I can do about your inner trauma. Talking about inner trauma. Just getting real back to this Aliens Deep Strike or Dark Strike. Not only can you get wounded physically, you can get wounded psychologically, and you can pick up phobias and all sorts of shit, and then get rid of them by visiting the shrink as your soldiers, as the Colonial Marines, because you play as Colonial Marines. I thought it's an interesting game mechanic, I thought.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, shit, man. This is it. Game over, man.
Yeah, you actually get the character... There's actually sound clips of that. Oh, my God. Let's get the fuck out of here, people. You know, oh, my God. Game over, man. I was shot, too. I was coming... You get all that. Not the original sound clips from the movies, but people saying those lines. Voice actors saying those lines. Oh, dear. Sorry, Ben. I interrupted you.
I mean, it's no different to sort of all of the Lovecraftian games that use sanity points and health points, right?
Yeah, that's true, but you don't often see that in a non-Lovecraftian game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, all right, so...
yeah, although it is a horror game as well. I mean,
it is.
The original Alien is a horror franchise.
Well, the original Alien was a horror film. I don't know whether I'd call Aliens a horror film per se.
No, it's an action film.
It's an action film, and this is an Aliens game. You're actually playing as Marines. Mind you, the atmosphere that they build up with the fog of war and the missions that you go on, it's quite effective for building tension, especially as you know that they're out there somewhere and they are going to jump you. You know what I mean? So you literally do check every corner and keep the guns on every corner. Anyway, it's worth
Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
Exactly. Look, seriously, if you get a chance to pick up Aliens Dark Strike or Deep Strike, whatever it's called, it's worth picking up. It's if you like multi-character RPG style games, which is what it is. It's got a pretty good storyline too to it so far. I'm only about 40% of the way through it, and the story's quite good. There's a lot of cutscenes, a lot of story cutscenes, so it's quite a good game. Anywho,
is it Dark Descent?
Dark Descent, that's it. Did you just look it up? Did you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's I'm enjoying it. Anyway,
that's $40 US on Steam, so you got a lot for 30. That's pretty great.
Yeah, I got something like 85% off or something like that. It was incredible. That's why I jumped on it. It was an incredibly good sale. When I picked it up the other week, as I picked up 4 of them, all aliens themed. So you're either playing as a colonial marine or you're playing a group of colonial marines in all of them. But 3 of them are first-person shooters, and I'm not very good at first-person shooters, so I generally don't play them very much. But the RPG one, the Dark Descent, is particularly good. Anyway, enough of a free plug. Can I get spot check? Can I get those spot checks of everybody, please, as you make your way past any town and back down towards the spinning spider wheel of the Ferris wheel? Okay, you're definitely being watched by clown or clowns. So yeah. So without too much, with a lot of freaking out, but without too much actual problem, you make it in towards the Ferris wheel. Sorry, the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round. So yeah, the calliope music, it's twisted, it's off key, and it's definitely coming from jagged brass pipes in the center of the merry-go-round ride. The merry-go-round itself, it's ringed with black, red, and brown horse statues. All the animals' eyes are rolled back in their heads, not unlike a shark's just after it's taken a bite of something. The horses' heads are either arched back or thrust forward in snake-like fashion. All the teeth are bared, and it's almost as if they're daring you to step in front of their mouths.
My understanding is merry-go-rounds have sort of like a central section that doesn't move where the operator sits.
Correct. And that's where the calliope pipes are as well.
Can we see anybody moving around in there, or is there anything?
Nope.
Like, is there a light on or a clown inside or anything like that?
No. Nope. Not that you can see. You can see the operator's station, which is outside a central column, which probably contains a lot of the mechanical machinery of the both the calliope and the merry-go-round. So you can see an operator's station, but it's little more than a podium attached to the central column with a few buttons and switches on it. But there's no one at that
somebody
podium.
Had a grenade, how difficult would it be to roll a grenade into the center of the merry-go-round?
Well, you either roll it
Full one, underarm.
Yeah, okay. Well, the merry-go-round has a floor, which is a ring, which the horses are moving up and down on pipes or on poles to make them look like they're prancing, but there's a platform there. So you'd either roll the grenade underneath the platform, but you don't know what's under there and whether you'd have a clear path, or you could roll it across the platform, in which case the platform's moving, and you're not quite sure where the grenade would land as such. Or you could, if you were to lob it in, you'd have to lob it in and try and avoid all the poles that the horse is connected to.
Right.
Is it impossible? No, but they are the obstacles.
How you feeling, Max? You want to make it shusher around here?
You can do that.
So what are you doing exactly?
Sounds like they're about to grenade the merry-go-round.
That's what it sounds like they're going to do. I'm waiting to see if they're actually going to do it.
How far are we from it?
How far away do you want to be from it?
Merry-go-round, the kind of like gray and white crosses.
Yeah, the thing that looks like the Umbrella Corporation from...
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's the merry-go-round, yes. The Ferris wheel is the thing to the far...
South, yeah.
And the arcade's the thing that looks like a square, like not a square tent, but a rectangular tent with rounded corners. By the way, can I get spot checks of everybody, please?
Max failed.
Max poked his eye out. Max poked her eye out. Can I have... Taylor, can I get you out of the private room, please?
User left your channel. User left your channel.
What is the blast radius of these dang grenades?
I think grenades are 5. They're not as...
If it's a hand fragmentation grenade, it is best 10.
Wow. That's very unrealistic blast radius. They're not normal. Like, that's 10 yards. Saying everywhere within 10 yards gets the same damage. I guess, is that a frag grenade?
That's a frag grenade, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
User joined your channel.
Jesse, your turn.
I mean, tear gas and flashbang grenades are the same, best 10.
User left your channel.
I just know, like, Archie, when he's making explosives, you can make them down to 5-yard blast radius, because I've been looking into how to make some explosives that don't take out the party, but are very good at taking out the other party. And
like shaped charges or something?
Yeah, I can get them down to 5-yard blast radius, which means that it should do a lot of concentrated damage and not so much once it gets out to us.
Yeah, sweet.
You can also make armor-piercing grenades, and I don't quite know how they're supposed to work.
User joined your channel.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
What sounds terrifying? Sorry, I missed it.
Oof.
User joined your channel.
Armor-piercing grenades.
Armor-piercing grenades.
Oh, yeah, love them. Not. So, are you going to grenade this roundabout?
I would understand if it was like mines or they were magnetic or something, but yeah.
So you're gonna grenade this merry-go-round, or you're not going to bother?
Archie might have a simpler solution. Can you like walk around and see what the power source of this thing might be?
When you say walk around, you mean walk around the merry-go-round?
Yeah, just have a look around. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I just want to make sure I knew what you were talking about.
Is there an overhead power cable or
no
anything like that? No.
Mm-mm. No, you haven't seen any overhead power cables at all. There are a couple of street lamps in Eddie-town, and there's various lighting in the area.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're powered by cable, they're underground cable.
Yeah.
Okay. But in looking around the merry-go-round, where's the giant swing? Oh, there it is. Sorry. You happen to get close enough to one of the booths, one of the Sideshow Alley booths. The notework, the artwork, should say, on most of the rides depicts evil clowns and other cartoon figures stalking terrified people across bleak, twisted storybook landscapes. As you pass one of the booths, instead of winning a stuffed teddy bear, one has been crucified on the dartboards of of the booth that you're looking at.
Nice.
And the rows, the dolls, are some of the dolls. Yeah, they're the prizes. The dolls have no eyes, and there's other items like a couple of watches and pairs of glasses and things like that. Some earrings. Various odds and ends that you would not expect in a Sideshow Alley prize list as such. But no, there's no obvious source of the power running the merry-go-round.
Yep.
There's also one of those flying swings as well, I might add, if off in the distance.
Flying
swings? One of those. Yeah, a large cylindrical tower with a number of chairs on chains. That when the tower spins, the
Octopus Garden.
In that area, yeah. And the swings fly out.
Is that not what the Octopus Garden is?
What?
No, the Octopus Garden isn't there. I mean, there's signs for it, but it's not there.
The whole area is known as the Octopus's Garden. Okay.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the ride that's at South.
No.
That we can see on the map.
No. The whole area is known as. I mean, like the Enchanted Wood, the Octopus's Garden. Anytown, USA. It's an area that has an octopus. Well, doesn't have an octopus according to what Jesse just said.
Yeah, I noticed it was missing as well.
But you know what I mean by a giant swing? You know, one of those. It's a cylindrical tower with chairs on the chains in the tower, and the tower revolves, and the chairs swing outwards. You've been on those rides. I've been on those rides. Yeah. There's one of those down towards the south as well. In fact, some of the chairs seem to have people riding the rides in the chairs as it turns slowly. Well, relatively slowly.
Do they look terrified?
It's too far away to tell, because remember, I'm just giving you what you're seeing across the area now that you're close enough to see it. But you guys are still up around the you're closer to you're beside effectively the roundabout still, the merry-go-round still. The swinging chair is that circular on the map. If you go west from where the octopus should be, it's to the west. It's that circular to the west area of that one. Down the, you see what I'm saying? The other side of the octopus to the arcade. You see what I'm saying? There's a double circle.
The double circle thing.
Yeah, that's the swinging chair. And there's that's like most of the rides, that's going not very fast, and there appear to be people in those chairs from what you can see. But everybody is still up near the merry-go-round, and that booth that I mentioned with the teddy bear crucifix to the dartboard, that's probably the northernmost booth that you happen to get close enough to see when you were having a look-see Archie. Okay?
Yep.
So, You're still up at the merry-go-round. What do you guys want to do? There was talk of a grenade at some stage.
I don't know. Do you want me to throw one in there?
Look, it was only really if the music was adding to the disconcertion, but it sounds like we're in a Deadland, and it's not really going to make that much of a difference to the to the fear level.
No, but it certainly adds
feel good.
It certainly adds to the atmosphere. Atmosphere. Sorry, bad pun.
Classic VHS
Mm.
game, I believe.
I own a copy. Believe it or not. I don't know. It's in with my game collection in packed away in storage. But yeah, I really must translate it over from video to DVD because the video I'd be getting bit rot on the video sooner or later, I reckon. It's not a bad game, Atmosphere, if you've never played it. Anywho, do you guys want to check anything out? Or do you want to blow up this calliope / merry-go-round? Or do you want to sit there and suck your thumbs in absolute terror? Or what do you want to do?
I mean, the metagamer in me goes, we've come through Anytown CSA. We've been freaked out a little bit. We didn't find anybody. Then we went to the Enchanted Wood. We found somebody. Now we've come down to the Octopus's Garden and found the person in the arcade. We've hit the checkpoints here. The last two places are the lake and the roller coaster for where the final person to save would be. And then whatever that does to trigger the big bad evil guy fight, I'm assuming that at that point we encounter the boss fight.
Could you metagame any more harder?
My money is on the roller coaster.
Dear me. Do anybody want to check out any of the other things that I've mentioned that you've been able to spot in this part of the island?
Are there people on the swing?
There are people on the swing ride, yes.
Seems like we need to see
Let's
if
go
any of them are
rescue the
prisoners.
people on the swings.
Okay.
They're probably bandits.
Probably. Or if there's more than one, then you can guarantee the plus ones are going to be bandits because. By the way, because you're going to be going very close to that area. The octopus ride, it's just a flat concrete pad.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I noticed it before. Is there signs of it used to be there, like mounting points and stuff?
Are you going to take a closer look?
If we're close enough to do that, yes.
Quick detour. Yeah, look, there's a couple of there's 2 or 3 large like inch across bolts, nuts, and a couple of bolts loose. Yeah.
So it's like it used to be here and it went somewhere else.
There is a turnstile, loading ramp.
It went somewhere else? How big do the automatons get?
How big do the automatons get? The biggest ones you've seen. Well, technically the Throckmorton's Raptors, which are like the flying things from the flying robots from Terminator 2, Terminator 3, 4,
right,
all of them.
Right.
Technically, they're helicopters, or the equivalent. Technically, they're automatons. Technically, although when most people say automatons, they're talking humanoid, mechanical devices. But technically, war tanks, and Raptors are technically automatons. Technically, I don't know whether they trigger your fear, Doc. I don't know, but technically they are. Look, on the site, all that remains of the octopus ride is the loading ramp and the gate and a turnstile and a single and a sign. There's a cartoon creature on a sign holding a ruler about 4 foot off the ground. In the bubble text on the sign, it says, "You must be this tall to ride the octopus." You know, you've seen those signs before, I'm sure, on various carnival rides around the place.
Mhm.
Yeah, this one, if you look closely at the cartoon creature, it's not very kid friendly. It's off. And it's hard to describe how it's off, but it is off and giving you the willies. Heading towards the giant swing next, are we? Or are we going to do something else?
Yeah, I think Jesse wanted to see if the people are savable on the swing.
Sure. Okay.
Just to clarify, there's not giant like stomping craters away from this
No.
octopus's garden thing,
No.
right?
No.
Okay.
No tracks like that at all. In fact, you can give me a tracking roll if you want, but there's no tracks like that at all. No.
I mean, I would assume the DC is quite low for giant stomping.
Yeah, but you still could fail it. Yeah, there are no such tracks. There's nothing that you could possibly imagine to be the tracks of something like that. There are no flattened garbage cans, for example, or anything else
Right,
like that
okay.
in the place. All right, listen. So you move over towards the swing. Look, the people on the swings, they're not so much sitting on the swing seats as impaled on large meat hooks from the chains. Some of the bodies are quite old. Some of them are pretty fresh. Either way, I need a terror check off everybody, please. A guts check of everybody, please. It's a pretty disturbing
Couldn't we just
sight.
leave well alone?
Okay, so that's Taylor and Doc and Max and Jesse and 6. Does anyone want to spend chips on that?
Yes. Does anyone want to spend chips on that?
Axle holder chips.
Hey, what?
No, I'm sticking with that.
What was that, Jesse? Was that a white or a red? Or a blue?
It's red.
Red. Right, I need to know that because I need to get, if you put a red in, I need to get a red a random chip out. Damn it. Was that a red or a white, Doc?
That was
Or blue? It was a white. Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna drop a red in.
Okay. So what's that? 13.
Yeah.
So Taylor got so six got an 11. Taylor got a 13. Doc got a 13. Max got a 13, and Jesse got a 13. You want to hope the target number for the fear check was not over 7, don't you?
Yes.
Lucky for you, it wasn't over 7. It was only 5. So 11s would have been successful on that, but hey, that's life. Yeah. What do you want to do about these bodies? Anything?
I mean, we'd have to stop it.
None of
get
them
it to come down. Take
none of them resemble. none of the fresh ones resemble. None of the fresh ones are female. There's some of the
Same.
older ones are female, but none of the fresh
Hmm.
ones are female.
Do they look a bit bandity?
The fresh ones probably.
So whatever's here is overpowering the bandits, and in as well as other things, attaching them to these meat hooks. We need to be
Yep.
careful.
Or using them as pop-up moles in a whack-a-mole game.
Yes, true.
Or using them as marionettes in the amphitheater, or using them as
Right.
or using them as the Hall of Presidents in the town hall, or the equivalent.
How about that roller coaster?
About that roller coaster. Is that where you want to head, to the roller coaster?
Seems like the general direction we would like to
To
go.
To the Screaming Demon roller coaster in a Deadland.
Well, we still haven't
Okay.
found the
Okay.
what was her name?
Yeah,
Diane?
Diane, yeah. All right. So if you're down at the swing or near the swing, there's no direct line of
Should go
sight.
through the lakes.
Do you want to go around the north side of the lake, big lake, around the south side of the big lake, or across one of the one of the islands across the lake to get to the Screaming Demon?
I vote not north because that's too close to the woods.
I would like to go via an island.
Which one, the small one or the big one to the south?
Let's go the big one, yeah.
The big one. Okay. Where's the big island? Right. Sorry. Well, look, you are due for some chips, so why don't I hand out some chips for you? Yeah?
Well, thank you.
Or would you rather me not leave it until later?
No, I definitely want
All right. For fully exploring the garden, which you were reluctant to do, but that's life, everyone gets a white chip. Okay. For exploring the enchanted wood, everyone gets a white chip. See, it's worth it sometimes to go looking around everything, even if you do have to take terror checks. No?
It's been a poor trade so far.
Been a poor trade so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, I've given everyone. For defeating the big bad wolf, guess what? Everyone gets a white chip. And finally, for freeing Fred and Tom, you get a red chip for each.
Nice.
Excellent.
Are we happy about that?
Yes. Yep. More likely to use them now that we've got them. The reds, I mean.
It's up to you whether you want to use them or keep them. Of course,
Yeah,
if you
I
keep,
just feel like
if-
it's
if-
good to go back to giving you chips too if they're red.
and your point is? All right, look, you make your way across the lake and the island. The bridges that connect the island to the mainland across the lake are a bit rickety and rather terror-inducing because they're a bit rickety, and there's the odd bloop, bloop coming out of the lake. and you're not quite sure, the odd ripple on the surface. And I mean, there could be something in the lake, like a giant mechanical octopus, if that's where your brains are going. But you managed to make it onto the island. The island's quite pleasant. It's you sit there and have a picnic under the shade of some trees. Only, of course, the trees are like terrifying. So yeah, okay. Look, the western side of the island, it's dominated by the Screaming Demon roller coaster. It's a massive, multiple loop roller coaster. It towers more than 230 feet above the ground. The highest vertical drop is about 20 stories, about 60 odd, about 120 odd feet. At one time, it was the largest coaster of its kind in all of North America. It looms over certainly the western half of the island like the stripped bones of some colossal snake. Nothing is moving, and yet you could have sworn earlier you heard the rattle and clank of cars. It's all quiet at the moment. Can I get cognition checks off everybody, please? McCracken. I like that. Okay, all of you hear the very faint sounds of distant, terrified screams.
Let's
If you
go
all-
in the direction of the terrified screams.
Well, I was about to say, if you all give me a second cognition check,
I was gonna say, is it coming towards us, like along the track?
if you give me a second cognition check, Taylor,
Yes.
private room, please.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Can we have Maxine in the private room, please?
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Yeah, you said to give him a minute.
User joined your channel.
Sorry, I had to check something. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna try and head towards the screaming.
Okay.
Jesse will draw both his sword and his knife if they're not already in his hands.
Cool.
The guys kind of feel like it's coming from that car that's sitting on top of the roller coaster there.
Looking up
Top
and
one.
looking up and following Max's finger, there is one of the screaming demon cars is stopped right at the top of the primary drop. Yeah, she's probably right. It's probably where the screaming is coming from.
And I only hear one person screaming, so it's probably just Diane.
But it's terrified screaming too.
I can imagine.
So what do you want to do, guys? There's the demons boarding. There's a boarding station for the roller coaster. There always is. Or do you have something else in mind, or what do you want to do?
It kind of feels climbing the roller coaster is probably a really bad idea.
No, but possible to be done if you're going straight up the side. Looking around though, there is. Sorry.
Six also can climb things real well.
Yeah, I know you can climb things real well.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many of us need to go up. Would be the thing.
Good question. There is a maintenance catwalk that follows the track all the way, practically all the way around, including through the loops via a series of ladders. Those cage ladders. The ones with the cage around the side of them. So the maintenance there is the maintenance catwalk. If you wanted to use that to get up there, you'd have to follow the track around, of course.
How high is this tallest point?
About 230 feet above the ground. Anyone have fear of heights?
I was just thinking my teleport range is 120 yards.
Yeah, you can teleport you up there if you want.
Certainly easier than climbing.
My next question is: do you want to split the party? 2, can Tala handle things by herself?
Yeah, probably not. Because I can't teleport people, I can just get up there and calm it down. But that wouldn't we'd have to ride it down the track if we wanted to go anywhere.
Yeah, but it's not working.
No.
And do you want to ride a roller coaster called the Screaming Demon in a Deadland?
Probably not.
I mean, it might be fun.
It would need some sort of group up there to be able to help her get out along the maintenance track or whatever.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Is there a maintenance track up nearer?
Oh yeah. The maintenance catwalk follows the rail the entire length of the roller coaster, even through the loops, as I said, through a series of caged ladders, vertical ladders, and things like that. So most of the catwalk is, well, not flat, but it follows either a series of steps or whatever and curves around the track. When the roller coaster goes through the loops, because it's a multi-loop roller coaster, the catwalk follows up part of the loop and then turns into a ladder. And then there's another catwalk along the top. Then there's another ladder and so on. So you can walk the entire rail. Well, not the rail. You can walk or climb the entire length of the coaster, the coaster's track. And
I
that's
get the
what
impression.
the maintenance is for. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
I get the impression that Jesse has been to the Buster Keaton School of Climbing.
Oh, well, climbing a ladder is not too bad, especially a caged one. I mean, if you have to roll it all, it'd only be a TN3, which is the lowest it can possibly be if you have to roll it all. I mean, it's a ladder. It's not, particularly, it's not like climbing a rope in gym class, which would be TN5 or 7, depending on how, but, it's only a ladder.
So people who can teleport or climb really well, are you going to go and get her, or is the whole posse going?
Well, the question becomes, do you want to split the group or not? And how many do you think you're going to need to free her or not? And who's got the skills to free her? Not that you know what skills you need. Assuming it's Diana, of course. It could not be. You don't
That's
know.
true.
Yeah.
It could be one of the clowns doing a Terminator 2 calling for John, and not being John.
I feel
Mimicking
like
her.
we should probably go the maintenance because
Well, if you go the way,
Look,
go on.
as
Go
far
on,
as
Six.
6 is concerned, does not take 5 of us climbing up a maintenance ladder where only one of us can go up at a time anyway to get to the top of a place where we're going to be able to. It's not like all 5 of us are going to be able to help free her, or even be able to get around the cart if we did get up there, or the not cart, the
Car.
fucking thing that she's in.
Car.
Is it
Thank you, guys.
is it expensive, Taylor, to teleport?
I can't do it a lot, but no, it's not too expensive.
All right, a couple of things. One, if you were to follow the track the way that the cars do, yes, the maintenance walkway is single file, but there's steps, but no ladder to get up as high as the drop. The ladders only occur on past the main drop when it starts going into the loops. So there are no ladders to climb per se, unless you go the opposite way to the cars, in which case, yes, you would have to go through the loop ladders to get to where the car is at the moment. Second thing is, look, it's possible to get off the catwalk onto the rails if you're careful and surround the car that way. I mean, it's not like. I mean, you could slip and fall. Yes, you can slip and fall off anything, but it's not like it's super dangerous.
Until
yes,
the car
we're
starts moving, and then
well,
look,
okay,
we're on these rails and the car is moving.
Well, okay, that's hypothetical. I can't. I mean, you could be up there and the lightning bolt could strike it because it's the highest point in the island, and because it's all metal, you'd be electrocuted. I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
I assume that the maintenance catwalk has got enough separation from the track that you wouldn't get hit if the.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're on the rails, you would, but
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's different.
Hmm.
How about I teleport up next to the cart onto the maintenance track, and if I need help, I'll call down because it's what 100-something feet. You said.
230 feet.
How long is that going to take to climb? That's
like
quite a
5
while.
years in combat time. It's 5 years.
Right.
So.
True.
Remember, every combat round's only about 5 seconds. Remember, give or take.
Yeah, but there could be like
I
20
didn't mean
cards
help.
in that 5 seconds.
Yes,
I know.
if I get into combat, I'm screwed. But it's more if I need help to extract her from the cart.
Yeah, well, I was thinking you could teleport up and see what's happening and then teleport down again if you need to.
I could. It costs the same as a nuke, so it's not like it's too much. I just wouldn't. Yeah.
Let's not nuke a car.
No. I didn't.
I just bring that up. I'm sure no one was considering it. But
Look,
Out
and
of curiosity, does Doc Archie have some kind of like a tool kit with like screwdriver and pliers and bolt cutters and that kind of stuff?
I'm assuming you would, wouldn't you, Doc?
Yeah.
Is that something that a I would assume to use something like that, like a layperson can use, while they wouldn't be able to diagnose the problem, if somebody is like, bolted to something or trapped behind a bar, well, hit it hard enough or chop it with a hacksaw, you're good,
Well, that would still be a
that's still going to be a tinkering roll.
a risk of me messing it up.
And I think that's why the catwalk feels like the better option, because the best chance of solving the problem up there is probably me, and I'm not going to be able to climb up quickly. So
I don't know. I mean, it's probably going to be around a TN7 to do the climbs up. If you're going to go up the side of the roller coaster, it'd be more than one climb roll though, of course, because quite a bit up. Maybe 3, for example.
And from memory, fall damage is fucking brutal.
Yeah, the way I've been rolling, that's not happening.
Yeah, falling damage is not good. I'll give you that. It counts as massive damage, though, which means it gets distributed around the body.
I mean, does your shield mitigates a fair amount of things that contribute to massive damage, though, right?
Mine, it's just
Yeah.
point of armor, so it's not really.
Oh, it's not like the points of damage thing.
No, but
That's in the other game, isn't it?
It's the other game. I think you're fine. No, it's not like your shield 6. It's a different works a different way. Not like your mental shield. Your shield from them. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Doc,
it's not like that.
does Doc Archie not have 6 points of light armor, which helps mitigate massive damage?
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
but I assume it's going to be way more than 6 points.
Which is
But
a fair,
yes,
which is a fair assumption. Yeah.
But is it not pick an area, roll under the light armor? And if you
No,
succeed, that doesn't.
not for a fall.
Right. Okay. That's
Not
for
for a
like
fall.
explosions. Just
That was for like explosions and things like that. Yeah. But no, not for a fall.
With Doc Archie's tinkering ability, if he had some kind of rope attached to him, is there a way you could almost like tie yourself off at each like stage so that you only ever fall one stage, if anything?
Well, if you've got the rope, I mean, it's possible. There'd be various roles involved, various skill checks involved.
I don't know if we have rope. I do not.
I do, but it's too high up for my rope, probably. Like, you need a pretty, like, how high is it up?
230 feet.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
Oh, not a single. What I mean is like you sort of climb as you go, and when you reach the first climb check or whatever, you tie yourself off, but you have enough to kind of get to the next climb check, and then you can kind of secure yourself and reel it up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you need someone following you that is not anchored to undo the anchor point underneath you for that to work. That'd be a bit sketchy.
Someone that can climb things real easy and doesn't need a rope.
Mm. But yeah, I guess happy to do that. Why were we avoiding the walk up?
I don't know.
let's just walk up.
Yeah,
but
I think that's what we've established is that it's best to just walk up as at least probably the whole group in case we get into combat.
all right,
Okay.
Archie's going.
Okay. Who else is going? Anyone?
Yeah, Jesse's gonna go.
Yep, I'll
Yeah,
go.
go on.
Is that everybody?
Max will hang out at the base.
You're hanging by yourself.
Oh,
Okay.
well, if we're not all going, I'll stay with Max.
If anyone stays, it should probably be me because I can get up there in like 2 seconds if I need to.
So
if we're going to
down.
get ambushed, my
It's down
thoughts
to
are that
Doc.
it's not going to be an ambush up there.
So at the moment, I'm hearing Doc and Jesse are the only ones going up the catwalk. Everyone else is staying on the ground, is what I'm hearing.
I would prefer to stay, but if they think they need me up there, I can go up.
No, it's really Doc that we're looking to get up there, and then one extra for protection, and I can zip up if I need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like
that
a
seems
floater.
Like a fair trade.
Yep.
A floater, yeah.
Okay, so
For want of a better description.
all right, so is everybody going into the boarding station, which is how you get onto the catwalk?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So the boarding station. Inside, it's a miniature maze of rails, filling up 2 small waiting shelters. At the bottom of the waiting area, there is a sign. The sign says, "Please secure all loose items before boarding. The screaming demon is not recommended for pregnant mothers, people with high blood pressure, or heart conditions." Now listen, the bit which says pregnant mothers, people with high blood pressure or heart conditions, that's been scratched out. And somebody has scrawled, "anyone still living." So the sign actually reads, "Please secure all loose items before boarding. The screaming demon is not recommended for anyone still living." The entire area is decorated to appear like cute cartoon versions of hell. Unfortunately, the effect is it actually looks like an area of hell. There are various statues of, well, you hope they're statues, of black demons with pitchforks and long serpentine tails perched atop of spires of rock and menace you as you pass between them and before them or beneath them. The boarding station is lit by badly flickering set of red-tinted fluorescent lights. The effect is basically of flames dancing on the walls. There is the sound of tortured screams and wails coming from the walls, just loud enough to set your nerves on edge. There is a car, roller coaster car, sitting in the station. It looks a bit like a mine cart on the bottom. There's an evilly grinning demon which serves as a seat back. And the safety bars are sculpted in the shape of monstrous clawed hands. I suppose the effect was that the clawed hand safety bars grip you and keep you in your seat around the waist. The bars are not. They're in the upright position where you expect them to be. Literally awaiting a new load of customers. So what do you want to do? You've got the car sitting on the rails. You can get down onto the maintenance catwalk and go right, which is the way the car is facing, or go left.
All right, I assume the way these things are designed, the largest drop probably happens fairly early. So let's go in the direction the car moves.
Okay, you're going right. Okay. So that now, just to confirm, that's Doc and Jesse, correct?
I think so. Yep.
So what are the other 3 of you doing? Or planning on doing? Same difference.
Is there like a control booth or any
Not
kind of rooms or anything down here?
Not well. There's a couple of restrooms, but no control room or security room that you can see.
There's not like a lost and found or any kind of enclosed base?
No, doesn't appear to be. No.
If there were people that were going to, or things that were going to approach us while we're standing here, is it kind of like there's only one way to get into here, and it's either the way we've just come through, like the turnstiles?
Yeah. I suppose you could also come in via the entrance and exit. Well, there's an exit for the humans, like so you get in
Yes,
via
of
the
course. Yeah.
turnstiles, or you get in from the exit. But you could also get in via the. You can get in via the track, I suppose. There's an entrance there. There's holes in the wall, for the cars to travel in and out of. So there's two. So you've got 4 exits in that regard, I suppose. You think of it that way.
And do we have clear line of sight out to the rest of the park? Like,
No.
would we see people coming from a ways off, or they would just suddenly be there?
Not really. It's not entirely enclosed. There are blind lines of sight. So if you, depending on where you stand, you might miss people coming and going. So it's not
Sure.
like you.
Given those 4 entrances, is there a position to be relatively central
Yeah.
in terms of distance away from each of them, such that it would give you, a round of reaction if something was to come around that corner or appear
Possibly. It all depends on the circumstances. However, there's no place where you could stand where you could keep more than. There's no way in the centre of so you're equally distanced or as close to equally distanced from all the exits and entrances. You can only keep 2 of those in sight at any one time. Right?
Sure. There's 3 of us. I'd probably want to keep 10 feet apart from one another anyway, just to avoid any kind of explosive things.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be possible. And not again, you're inside a roller coaster terminal. You haven't got that big a space. You'd either be centered for the 4 exits or be more than 10 feet away from each other. You couldn't do both.
Sure. Okay. Of us, Taylor, you're more melee, aren't you?
She's more artillery.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I thought with your punch that you might be, but Max is melee there, right?
Well, Max can do either. He's got she can do, she can do either.
As well.
Yeah.
Can do either, but favors or shotgun.
Yeah, fair. Okay, maybe what we do is each of us pick one or 2 places to be looking at, so that at least all 4 of us are. Yeah.
Sorry, you're breaking up a bit for me. I don't know about for anyone else.
A tiny bit.
No,
my internet's weird.
Yeah. Okay. As long as it's good.
Between the 3 of us, if there are opportunities to cover more than one exit from any one position, where we're not necessarily having to stand on each other's shoulders, let's aim to do that. I just want to keep the entranceways in relative sightline.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. So not a problem there. Right. Give me a split second. I hate that.
Just while we're doing that, can I just do a quick radio check with Max to make sure that all works?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yep.
Seems to be okay.
Cool.
No, hang on. I'm trying to find something, and damn it, where is it? Okay, that's the. And that's that one. I still can't find what I'm looking for. Must be before that. Sorry. Apologies. Hang on. Here we go. Right, that's that what I'm looking for now. I want to confirm I've got it right. Right. Just need to Right, give me a second. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Okay. Who's got what's every? I don't want any roles, mate. I'm asking the question. Who has the best search? Or what are people's searches? Not roles, not the results, but the die number of dies and the type of die.
3d6.
Mm-hmm.
5d8.
Mm-hmm. 2d12, 48, and 3d6. What about you, Doc? You are there. What about you, Max? You haven't given me a result yet. Max?
Hey, yep. What was it?
What's
We're
your
looking at cognition.
No, I want your
No.
sneak. I want your search. I want your search aptitude, please. What do you normally roll for your search?
Cognition. 2.
Your cognition's d10s. You've just rolled one there.
Yeah. 2.
No, so 2d10. Okay.
Yeah, 2d10.
Right. Okay. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. Where's my other? Oh, there it is. Right. Okay. Sorry. Just don't mind me. So while the three of you in the station are setting yourselves into a defensive formation, more or less, give or take, Doc and Jesse start walking the catwalk. It's pretty easy. I mean, it is single file. There is a rail on the outside, but the part of the catwalk I'll start again. There is a handrail on one side, stop you guys falling over the edge. Well, you could fall over the edge if you get hit hard, yeah. But on the inner side of the catwalk, the side next to the roller coaster rail is open. You can climb down onto the rails at any point you would like at this point. Now, neither of you have a phobia of heights, do you?
No.
Nope.
No, that's cool. So you make your way along the catwalk. The incline. I mean, you leave the station, you curve around, and you start the incline up to the main drop. Pretty standard for a roller coaster. If you're a roller coaster, have you ever ridden a roller coaster before? Yeah. When you get to the incline, the incline's just a little over 45 degrees. It's probably closer to 50-degree incline up than not. Yes, there is a a chain to help the car in the middle of the rails to help the cars climb the incline. You've seen roller coasters before. You guys know how this works. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you make your way up the 230 vertical feet, get quite close to the top. There is as you get closer and closer to the top, the screaming gets louder and louder. Eventually, when you get to the top, in one of the seats of the, well, put it this way, you're on the right hand side. If the car's going forward, right, you're on the right hand side of the rail of the car. Okay?
I always like to be on the right side of things.
Mm-hmm. In the left hand seat, because it's 2-seat car, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, to tell you the truth, it's a 4-seat car, 2 wide, so 2x2. So in the front left-hand seat is a woman, terrified out of her brain, screaming like crazy.
Is she restrained?
She is locked into the seat, yes, by the restraining bars. All the other 3 restraining bars for the other 3 seats are also down, as you would expect in a roller coaster.
Yep.
But it does superficially match the rough description you have of Diane. But if you had to guess, you would say that this poor woman is has a phobia of heights, because there's nothing else wrong with that apart from what you can see, except she's on this roller coaster.
Yeah.
I will attempt to reassure her and calm her down.
Okay, well, that's a persuasion roll, so give me a go.
I totally need to spend bounty on this. Sorry, that's the wrong thing.
Let's go.
Oh, come on.
You're not very successful, Jess, I'm afraid. She does not appear to pay any attention to you at whatsoever. In fact, possibly even the screams have gotten louder and more frantic. What do you boys want to do? Down on the ground, you guys can hear the screaming just gets a little bit more intense. You can't see anything, of course, because you're inside the boarding station. You can't see up through the roof because there's a roof. But you can hear this scream get slightly more intense at one stage. Probably not long after you would expect your 2 colleagues to have walked their way up the catwalk to the car at the top of the roller coaster there.
I mean, she probably thinks we're bandits. It's a totally fair thing to be screaming about.
Yeah, exactly right. It's sounding slightly hysterical though, the screaming. Well, again, which isn't that unusual.
Archie's going to have a look for it to see whether there's any way to release this thing without cutting into the bar.
Are you going to do that from the catwalk, or are you going to do it from the rails in front of the car, the rails behind the car? Doing it from the left-hand side of the car would mean you'd be in midair, effectively, or very close to midair. You could probably stand on part of the rail structure on the left-hand side of the car, but you would literally be hanging off the side of a building to do so. Or are you going to get in the car? I mean, you've got several options what you can do.
Getting in the car seems like the worst option.
I would have thought getting on the rails in front of the car would have been the worst option. Or getting on the rails on the left-hand side of the car when you're literally hanging your ass out over a 230-foot drop would have been the worst option.
There's no good options here. There's just slightly less bad options.
Oh, dear.
It's a
Yeah,
real
so-
pity that Taylor can't take people with her when she teleports.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a reason that was put in there. I'm sure there's a reason the rules were written that way. I'm sure, not just this adventure, for all adventures.
I mean, Archie can. So literally, I'd be sort of hanging. There's no rail that I could stand on, doing it from the left hand side.
Well, you would, but you'd have to have one hand on the side of the car, because literally you'd be hanging out. It'd be like hanging out the window.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend not doing it from that side. Jesse doesn't know much, but he does know circus rides.
Yes, you do. You do, don't you? I forgot about that.
Yeah. So like doing it from this side is obviously probably the better option. How
As a friend of mine in work used to call the portable roller coaster that came around Belfast, ramshackle, rusty gypsy death trap. That's what he called it.
It reminds me of the in Australia. I'm sure elsewhere too, but in Australia we've got a small two-man roller coaster. You sit front and back, called the Mighty. It's called. I've seen it called the Mighty Mouse. I've seen it called the Mouse Trap. I've seen it called a number of things, but it's a mini roller coaster. It's only about 4 stories off the ground at its highest point, and all the track and everything else fits within a, say, 20 foot by 20 yard by 20 meter by 30 meter block. Yeah, they often remind me of death traps, but they were fun to ride as a kid. Anyway, so what are you going to do, boys, up there?
yeah, I mean, from this side, I would be trying to look for a way to release the bar off of her.
All right. Well, you're probably going to have to give me a tinkering roll, mate. I'm going to put some modifiers on it. So. All right. Look, it's obvious from the past and also from what you've been doing that generally safety bars on roller coasters are locked in place and are only released basically when the car is at a certain place on the track. There's normally a like a shoe or a foot that the car comes into contact with the rails that releases the locking mechanism to allow the bars to raise. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you might have to crawl under the car to get to that foot, that shoe, if you could do it at all. Other than that, I mean, you can always go the brute strength route, which would effectively, I mean, you know, that'd be a bit like a pull and jerk on a weightlifting. You know, you have to basically pull straight upwards using all your muscles. You probably couldn't do it any other way. You certainly couldn't do a curl lift to try and break the thing. You can always try and cut your way through it. But I mean, have you got oxyacetylene?
I do.
Oh, okay, you could probably try
Plasma
that.
would be better.
Well,
Plasma would be much better.
I have I can use the weld trick, which is basically an oxy torch cutter.
Yeah, it's one of your abilities, isn't it?
Yes.
It's one of your tinkering.
Can you do it without scalding the trapped maiden?
Yeah, that might be a bit more difficult. I'm
reading the description of it now. I'm like, yeah, hot flame, roughly 8 inches in length.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do it. If you were to do it, you'd probably need at least a raise, maybe 2, depending on how we're going to go about getting her out. And you better hope she's not a pyrophobe either. You never know. It could be done. It's up, but you'd certainly have to do it from the right hand. You'd have to be in the car to do it. You couldn't do it from the catwalk. It's too far away. Because she's in the left-hand seat, you're on the right-hand side.
The other bad idea is debt cord.
Is what?
Debt cord.
Debt cord.
Oh, debt cord. I thought you were saying something else.
If you want me to nuke it, I can do that.
Yeah, but I don't know if that'd help.
I mean, is your punch a punch, or is it just increased strength? Would you be able to like tear this bar out with your increased strength?
Well, it depends. It depends on the strength check, but it's possible.
It
I
increases my strength in one arm to 4d12 plus 2.
And you'd have to make a strength check.
Yep.
And you wouldn't you probably wouldn't be trying to break the bar. You'd probably be trying to break the locking mechanism.
Yep.
So it might be able to be done. You'd have to be able
Why
to.
doesn't Jesse have a go at that?
Well, that way again, you'd probably have to. There seems to be a reluctance of people to get down on the track or get into the car.
Now, right, I'm going to get in the car
fine.
And have a go at the bar.
Fine, that's fine. But if that's what we're going to do, all right. So, sorry, did you say you were going to get in the car and try and strength check it out? Were you?
Yep.
All right. What about you? What are you doing while this is happening, Doc?
I would say I'm going to have a go and try and pull this. Do you think that's going to work? I'm asking the Doc.
Said,
what's possible?
Might do if you get lucky. Yep.
All right. So, what I'm hearing, and I want to make sure I'm clear on this. What I'm hearing is that Jesse, you're going to climb into the front seat of the car, the right-hand seat of the front right-hand seat, and try and use your brute strength to try and break the locking mechanism on this, on the bar holding this woman into her seat. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. What are you doing? What are you doing, Doc, while Jesse's doing this?
Doc is thinking stupid ideas of trying to put something in front of the wheel to stop it from taking off. As soon as
Jesse gets in.
As soon as Jesse gets in.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering if we should maybe tie me to the catwalk, so that even if the car does go, I won't be going with it.
Yeah, I can do that. I can.
Okay. So you're doing that before you get into the car. Okay. So Are you... sorry, Doc, I got the impression you were thinking about getting down on the rails and chocking the wheels. Was that something you were thinking about doing, or was it just a flight of fancy?
I was thinking about doing that because I could, like, if I could get down there, if I'm tying a rope anyway, I can tie myself to the rope first and just have a quick look-see. And if I can chock the wheel or I can see the release, then okay.
All right.
If not, I will chock the wheel and then tie Jesse so that he can try the strength check.
All right, so you're doing this before Jesse gets into the car, is that right?
Yes, please, yeah.
Right.
Hang on a second.
So you get yourself tied off, you climb down onto the tracks in front of the car and look at trying to chock the wheels with somehow, is that right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cliffhanger, that is time and it's a really good place to leave it. Okay?
I figured.
No, well, it is, because I'm looking at the time, I'm looking at what thing. So that's where we're going to leave it.
Cliffhanger, huh?
Well, cliffhanger, roller coaster hanger. So that's where we're going to leave it, all right? Is everybody good with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Sure.
No problem at all. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks' time. Thank you for playing, everybody. Thank you for watching, those who've been watching. It's nice to see some people watching and having a chat with us. That was great. If you want to get those credits rolling, please, Ben. We'll see everybody in a fortnight, which is the 17th. Well, that's it for this session. We hope you enjoyed the game as much as we did. We'd like to thank Spikeworks, Sirenscape and Twitch, and of course all of the fantastic people involved with the Deadlands and Deadlands Hell on Earth RPG over the years. I'm Dulux Oz, and on behalf of the entire gaming group, we'd like to say thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time. Until then, may your God go with you.